Hello, Internet, and welcome to Saturday Night's Apocalypse. We are back for our second installment of this, what will probably be a long-running game that 5th edition D&D. We're playing the Prince of the Apocalypse campaign. Thanks for joining us. We're going to jump right back into where we left off last time real quick, and I'll do a recap. But before we get into that, some announcements for all the cool stuff that's happening on our channel over the next week or so. So our next stream after this one will be on Sunday. It'll be tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Savannah's going to be running the next episode of Slaying 101, our Monster of the Week game. Like I said, that's at 4. A lot of drama going on there. Definitely tune in to see how that shakes out. We'll be back on Tuesday for the next installment of Eos, our D&D 5th edition game that Barry runs. Had some daddy issues last time. I think we just arrived in a town with a coliseum, probably going to fight some stuff. So we'll see how that goes. And then we might have another surprise for you on Tuesday. So come and join us there. On Thursday this week, we'll have the next session of Elegant Suffering. Good Society game. Jane Austen inspired, token-based, very narrative focused game. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And currently working, or Sid is working away on a wiki for that to keep track of all the information, so that should be shared with the public soon. And then on Friday, we'll be back with the session 1. We had our session 0 yesterday, the first official session of Neon Souls, a sprawl game that I am running. It's a cyberpunk mission-based game in a dystopian future where corporations run everything. Who could imagine that? And that's at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And we had our, like I said, our session 0 yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Definitely check that out. Looks like the players are going to get really into it. So it should be good. Already described a job in which they blew up part of Disneyland. So yeah. Come hang out. Anyway, so that's pretty much our schedule for the next week. Other cool announcement that I don't want to miss at the top here is not this Thursday, but the following Thursday and every other Thursday after that, filling the spot of All Myths Are True. We are going to be running or returning with Wild Space, a 5th edition game that Ryan ran way back in the day, about 2 years ago, went away, and now we're coming back to see what has changed in the outer reaches of space and the cosmos. So last time we left off, we had stopped some unspeakable evil from rising, and my character had died heroically, and so we'll see where all that shakes out. We've done a little bit of prep for it, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So that will be bi-weekly Thursdays, off weeks from Elegant Suffering, starting on the 23rd of this month. So stay tuned. I think that is it as far as announcements go. Did I miss anything? All right, cool. Well, that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into our game. So last time on Saturday Night's Apocalypse, your group, the 6 of you, currently 5 of you, we're going to deal with Andrea's character here in a minute, but your separate lone wanderers had found your way to the town of Red Larch, a outpost within the Desserin Valley, a survivor settlement in this bleak landscape of the Sword Coast, looking for work for various reasons, all of you having your own motivations and goals and dreams and aspirations to accomplish, but you specifically had been told to seek out the unofficial sheriff of this town, a man by the name of Harbuck. and see if you could do any jobs for them and get help out this community. You've heard that the Desrin Valley and Red Larch specifically have been dealing with a lot of strange phenomena and odd occurrences, all sorts of weird stuff going on over here. Rumors of which had reached the ears of settlements very far away. Harbuck confirmed a lot of these rumors, said there's been a lot of weird goings on, strange weather phenomenons to disappearances and everything in between. Specifically, he pointed in the direction of the one of the innkeepers in the town, Kaylessa, who owned the Swinging Sword, one of the the houses, the travel outposts that many wanderers stay in during their time in Red Larch. And she told you that she believed all of the troubles that Red Larch was facing stemmed from a outcropping just north of the town, northwest of the town, called Lance Rock. You, the adventurous and enterprising types, decided to travel to Lance Rock and see what was up over there. You found a cave. You fought some zombies. You found some dancing zombies. You did not kill the dancing zombies. You killed the other ones, the not dancing ones. So we know where your lines are vis-a-vis dancing and non-dancing zombies. And then one of your party members poked everything in the cave to make sure it was dead. And then finally, you triggered a trap from some strange, crazed, presumably necromancer. Your muscle fang busted down a wall, and you started charging into this poor man's home to presumably murder him to fix Red Larch. You know, stand your ground. Some of us are in Florida. So you busted down the wall and went running in. He, hiding behind his skeleton, I won't call it an army, there's only 4 of them, shrieked at you some crazed words and then went running off further into the cave. So that is where we are going to pick up here today. All of you are standing at the top of the staircase. We get some more dramatic music going. You see these 4 skeletons that he has just commanded to attack you, lurching in your direction. And I'd like to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
That turn tracker up. There we go.
Roll20 is doing the same as my dice.
That's always good.
Rolling a 2.
That did a little better than Roll20 did.
I need to do that. Oh man. Second one?
Nope. All right, so got the cool. All right, so you guys are in this workshop once again. You are standing at this raised portion. You see this uneven floor below you. There are these. There's some sort of workbench off to your right from your entry point. To the left, you see these 3 flat sort of tables, and it looks like there's some bodies lying atop them. Some baskets nearby that look like they're covered in gore. Some sort of other work tables over there for necromancer deeds. And I'm going to roll initiative for the skeletons, who seem to be your most pressing concern. Oh, that was pretty good, skeletons. Okay. And at the start of all of this, because this is before we take initiative and questions start being asked, all of you are like stuck in this room. Fang is just busted through the wall. Rock begins to crumble around. The rest of you that are still in the room begin to sort of pull your way through with Fang. Jazz, since you're kind of in the back, you look and you see Niona, who is just behind you, beginning to follow as well. And then suddenly there is just this flash of light, and you see this rift open up in the air behind you to this whirling, chaotic, tempestuous plane. And Niona is just sucked inside, and the rift slams closed behind her, and she is gone.
Fascinating.
Okay.
There we go. Thea, you're first.
Uh-oh. I guess I'm going to push past Fang. Get out here, see what I can see, which I guess is nothing. Where are the skeletons? I want to shoot
Oh, can you
them.
guys not see the light source? Oh, hold on.
I can see.
This
Well, no, I can see like
Up
my
here?
vision. I just can't see any skellies.
Okay, you can't see the skeleton. There should be torches giving off light. I can't tell. Unfortunately,
Oh,
I
then
can't
no.
tell what is lit for who and where and when and why.
I can just see my dark vision.
Let me
I can
fix
see like,
this.
here.
Huh. Yeah, there should be light sources that you guys can see. 1 second.
Yeah, where are they? Oh, I don't know.
Organic lighting. Next. Can you see now?
Yes.
You can.
Yes.
Cool.
There we go.
Why was it not already set for this?
Oh, alright. Oh boy. How far do bows shoot? Far? Oh, very far. Okay. So I'm going to creep a little bit farther down the stairs and then shoot one with my short bow.
Okay.
This one, I guess.
I couldn't tell which one you marked.
Front right.
Front right. Cool. Do it.
24.
24 hits.
Get. That's. Oh, I rolled a 6. That's 10 piercing damage.
Ow. Okay. 10 points of piercing damage. Skeleton not looking great. As your arrow sinks into the skull and sort of splits it down the center, almost like completely fracturing the skull.
I'm just gonna keep going down the stairs a little bit.
Okay.
Whoop. That's me.
All right. Vivian.
Okay, so were we all able to see like the rift, or was it just Jazz?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
no,
okay.
I was just describing from Jazz because he was the closest.
Got it,
They
got
were the
it.
closest, but yeah.
Yeah, and it's gone now, so that's lovely. Okay, so I guess I'm going to just kind of like push past Fang. Oh, where else? Oh, there they are. They're far away. Let me see if I have reach. Oh no. Whenever I try to use the ruler, Roll20 just pans me.
Huh. It's showing you measuring on my screen.
Yeah, it's like panning instead of like it's like doing the roller, but it's also panning down. Could someone like measure how far away I am? Okay, perfect. I have a range of 120 feet, so I think I'll attack this one right there.
Okay, same one that Thea just did.
Okay, that works. Okay. That's going to be a 13 to hit.
That will hit.
I love that. Okay, that's gonna be 7 force.
That skeleton is dead.
Lovely.
Yeah, you just obliterate it with your Eldritch Blast.
Okay. And then I will kind of move the rest of my movement down the stairs.
Okay. That is Vivian's turn. Shellac.
Okay. Well, first I need to move so I can see what's going on in here. Oh, wow. I can't do anything from here. I'm just going to have to... I'm going to use most of my movement and my action to dash up to... up down the stairs, kind of in between Thea and Vivian.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all I can really do.
All right. Skeleton's turns. They are all going to move 30 feet. Oh boy. Let's see. Right there. Just going to move them about. They're going to cluster up about right here. And then they all pull out their short bows. And they're going to fire a volley of arrows at those of you on the stairs. So I'm going to do one attack at each of you. So first one is going to be against Thea. I'm just going to roll 20. It's a 17 to hit.
Yep.
That's 3 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Against Shellac, that's a 17 to hit.
That meets.
So it's 3 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And oh man, and against Vivian, that's a 19 to hit
Yeah.
for 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh, yikes! Yikes!
That's the end of the skeleton's turn. A lot of deviancy in those numbers there. Okay, the skeletons. That's their go. Jazz, it is your turn.
I think more so than anyone else, Jazz has a hard time getting past Fang because we are both the tall ones in the group. But somehow manages to get through. So out to the top of the stairs with 20 feet. Sees arrows sticking out of most of the group here. So I only have 10 more feet of movement. And then from there, okay, yeah, I could. So yeah, head down the stairs, and then none of these skeletons have been damaged, correct?
No, yeah, they're all good.
I think Jazz will look at each of you with your arrows and be like, "Do not worry. If you fall, I will be able to resurrect one of you." And that is going to do the frostbite at. We'll just do the lead skeleton here. So needs to make a con save, please.
Okay, skeleton con save. Jeez, rolling well. That's a 19.
That succeeds, so nothing happens.
All right. Fang, it is your turn.
Can you not use your necromancer dice, please?
I was using roll 20. I'll switch the necromancer dice.
Can I easily walk past the people on the stairs?
I'm gonna say sure. I don't want to.
Can we flavor it that I
too
jump
much.
over them then?
Sure. I mean, you could jump off the ledge if you want to.
I don't know how far down it goes.
How
Depth
far
perception
down
in this.
does it go? That's a good question. I think it's about 10 feet.
As long as I don't get hurt, or else I'll just walk.
I'll say it's not far enough to hurt you. Say less than. It's 9 feet, so it can't hurt you in this game.
Whew. Then I want to just run at the zombies. I mean the skeletons.
Okay.
And, I will also use my bonus action to shift as I jump past everyone.
All right.
What's that?
Got some of
5,
this.
10, 15, 20, 21, 30.
All right, so Fang goes rushing past all of you, and as he does, you hear this cracking and reforming of his bones as his form begins to twist and expand. His forearms extend to nearly twice their normal length, and his nails begin to grow sharp and pointed claws. You also hear the leather shoes, boots he wears, strain as his feet push against the confines of his boots. His ankles growing and snapping into canine posture. His ears growing long with a dense coat of fur, and you hear the popping as of his jaw as it juts out from his face, forming a wolfish snout. And as he looks back at all of you, you guys can all see this sort of bestial anger behind his yellow eyes as he begins running towards the skeletons.
And I'm just gonna use my action to dash towards them because I can't get there. I can't do anything else.
All right.
15, 20, 25.
Should be able to go right between those two in the front.
30.
She'll negate some of their
sneak attack damage for my little friends.
All right, so that's Fang's turn. Thea.
I just go, don't worry, he does that sometimes. And then I'm going to also just jump off the stairs.
Okay.
Since he can do that. And
yeah,
get out,
you do take damage. No, I'm just kidding.
Get out the way. Is it because I'm so short?
It's 10 feet there. It just only was 9 feet worth. No, it's fine. You're good.
I'm just going to jump off the stairs and then kind of go back this way a little bit. And then I'm going to shoot that Skelly Man.
Okay. Take a shot.
In front. Oh. 13.
Just hits.
Yes. Snack attack. Ten piercing
damage. Give him
damage.
some Cheetos. Okay, 10 points of piercing damage. All right. Still up. Not looking good. More cracked bones.
Just back up a little bit more.
Okay. All right. That will end this turn. Vivian.
So I think Vivian sees Fang's transformation, and she's a little like disturbed, but that's fine. So I think that she's going to use an action to blast the skeleton in front, and then I'll probably bonus action summon Tentacle, but I want to see if I can knock him off first.
Okay.
Okay, so with the Eldritch Blast, that's a 22.
That'll hit.
Oh, that's going to be 10 force.
That'll kill it. It's another dead skeleton.
Okay. And then I'll bonus action put the tentacle right here, right in front of the far one.
Okay.
But that one's a 12 to hit.
12 will miss.
Okay, cool.
Unfortunately. I do have the token.
Oh, yay!
Right there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, there we go.
Okay. I'm gonna run behind Jess. Actually, I'm just gonna go back up.
Okay.
That's
Goes and
it.
hides in the corner. All right, because that skeleton was certainly going to shoot you. Shellick, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to similarly jump down and go my 25 feet of movement, which is about here. And that's really all that I can do.
You can dash if you want to get closer.
Yeah, I can dash, but is any of the skeletons actively attacking me, or was it just like kind of hitting everybody within the range?
I mean, no, one of them was specifically shooting you with an arrow.
Okay.
I think that was the dead one, though.
Okay.
But no, I mean, the skeletons are shooting at the people that are within range, and you're probably going to get shot.
Okay. And then in that case, I am going to hide into my shell and gain a +4 to my AC.
Okay.
I just jump down, I run in and go, oh, I can't do it. And then
Soup. Okay, perfect. Well, in that case, it's the skeleton's turn. One is going to slash at Fang with a short sword, and the other one is going to shoot at Shelly with a short bow. So first one, I'm going to switch to dice and see if that is it's a 17 again hit against you, Fang.
Yeah, that hits me.
I've rolled 17s on every single attack roll so far in this game. That is not a 17. That's a 19 against Shelly.
Nope.
Misses. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So that one doinks off of your
Yep.
your shell. The other one is going to hit Fang and deal 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh, luckily I had 3 temporary for turning into an animal.
There you go. Okay, that's going to end their turns. Jazz.
Looks around at all their friends have suddenly vanished. Are these stairs not safe? Is gonna put one hand up against the wall, but then point and do another frostbite at. We'll go with the one next to the tentacle.
Okay.
So another con save, please.
That is it's a 16.
That succeeds.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all I can do.
All right. End of Jazz's turn. That is Fang's turn.
Which one of these shot Theo?
The first one, the one next to the skeleton. Or the one next to the tentacle. Jesus Christ.
You know, the skeleton next to the skeleton.
The one next to the tentacle.
Hey fam, I heard you like skeletons.
Tentacle skeleton. The skeleton tentacle. The
I mean,
tentacle
technically,
skeleton.
all the skeletons are the skeleton next to the skeleton in this game so far. All right. No, the one next to the tentacle on the left.
Okay, well, I'm going to move here and I'm going to hit that one because I want to hit my little friend.
All right.
And that is. Oh, I rolled a 17 that time. That's a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that is 11 slashing damage.
Whew. All right. 11 points of slashing damage. It's not
Still
good.
up.
You like, yeah, you like cleave through one of its arms, but it is still up.
Well, then I'm going to use my bonus action to bite it because I'm in wolf form.
Okay.
And that is. What's that? 8 plus 5 to 13.
That'll hit.
So I want a quick question. Barry, did you say that you're in wolf form or wolf form? Because I think both would be acceptable. And I just wanted to make sure I heard one correctly.
You putting shit on my accent already? Session 2.
At least there's no chili gum in this game.
I thought you said wolf form, and I'm like, that's pretty good. I like that. Wait, maybe he said wolf. Oh no.
It doesn't matter. Both of them describe what form I'm in.
And both of them like munching on bones, so that all fits.
Yeah, and that's max damage for 9 piercing.
That one is dead. Bones munched.
And then I just want to howl so the guy which ran away knows I'm coming for him.
Okay. The skeleton is aware. As aware as it can be.
I meant the necromancer.
Oh, you mean the
To know
necromancer?
that
Yeah.
the end
cool.
of his life is coming.
Okay.
It seems
I
like
should
Fang's
probably-
more of aware than the necromancer is.
So,
Can I remove inspiration from my game I run for stuff done in others?
no,
Damn it.
you're outside of your jurisdiction. That will end Fang's turn. Thea,
I shoot.
shoot.
17.
Hits.
I rolled 2 6s. 12. That's 16 piercing damage.
That skeleton's dead.
Yeah, I got another one.
one shot, one kill, just goes straight through the skull, fractures the skull, goes shooting out bits of shards of bone scattering everywhere. And then the body, you know, the cartoons where they all fall and it makes the xylophone noise. The rest of the body just does that.
From hiding around the stairs, I go, Fang, that's 5!
Solved my skeleton puzzle.
You guys, I have 54 more seconds in wolf form.
This music doesn't want to start on my end.
I'm picturing Soup just in his shell, just having a cup of tea, just chilling there. Like, it's kind of rough out there.
This game is going much more Looney Tunes than I wanted it to, but
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
You all are quite injured, and I do not have the capabilities to heal all of you.
Dang, we have to stop for a second. Vivian's really hurt.
And I think like Shellac just kind of like pokes his head out and then like very slowly in all 4 arms and then just immediately upright.
No, that's go on, Vivian.
I think Vivian has like her hands on her hips and she's like laughing awkwardly in pain. She's like, "No, I'm good. We can go."
You have an arrow piercing one of your internal organs. That is not good. I would highly recommend that we stop and rest and tend to your wounds.
Don't we have to find the guy though?
I mean, where's he gonna go? It's a cave.
Out of it? I'm also worried about the whole thing that happened with the mold girl.
Hey, where'd she go?
Yeah.
It appears that she went into, or was pulled into another plane. While you are tending to your wounds, I can attempt to investigate, but I do not imagine I will be able to discern much. It seems far beyond my capabilities.
Do you think the weirdo did it?
Which one? Any of us could be classified as the weirdo.
The weird man that dropped all those rocks on my head.
Oh, him. I do not believe so. His power seems to be more in the realm of necromancy, whereas I cannot yet determine what caused that rift to appear.
So are we stopping?
Sean, can I do a perception check? I really just want to walk around on all 4 sniffing like a dog trying to pick up a scent.
Sure.
It just seems really fun.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's going to
Do you get some sort of
anything.
do you get some sort of
No,
advantage on?
I just
Okay.
Yep. Want to sniff around on the ground.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Well, that's actually pretty good. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, I mean, you smell a lot of death, and you smell one non-dead thing. It doesn't smell great. It smells like he hasn't bathed in a while. And you pick up the scent. You've been through this area a lot, but you're kind of getting the freshest scent heading in the direction that the guy ran.
What you got, buddy?
The smell of future death.
Okay. Oh, we should stop before Vivian bleeds out.
Like Vivian problem, but okay.
If she dies, you are the strongest and would be tasked with carrying her corpse back out to town, so if she bleeds out, it sounds like a you problem as well.
We
It'll
have
be an us problem
necromancer.
because she's very good at shooting.
Necromancer, bring her back. We're all good. At least it wasn't an arrow to the knee. You can still adventure. Are we having a short rest?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we short rest back in the room where Fungus Girl went missing?
It's probably the most defensible. But also Jazz is going to be doing detect magic during all that, because I don't think I get anything back on a short rest, and I didn't take any damage. So I'll just be investigating and being a science nerd.
I'm gonna sit at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
See if that guy comes
You guys-
back.
You guys can do short rest stuff. You're keeping an eye out for him while bandaging your wounds. Sorry. Yawning.
We can
Jazz.
use hit dice, right?
Yeah. So you guys
Okay.
should all have one hit die, which you can spend to heal.
We call a timeout.
uh,
I rolled a 1.
Uh-oh.
oh boy.
What's your con mod?
1.
That's
You only took 3 damage though, so it's not like
I was already down
That-
2. I only have 9 hit points total. I'm at 6.
just stay back. No more creep. I get everything back. So I got second wind. I can change back into a werewolf again, like werewolf-ish.
I assume the tentacle's gone.
Yeah, it only lasts a minute.
Okay. Okay, so you guys rest. You're keeping an eye out for the dude. Jazz, you're inspecting the room.
Yeah, with a ritual detect magic as well.
Oh, detect magic. Okay, cool. That's what I was about to ask. So, yeah, you cast detect magic as a ritual. As it ends, you don't get any strong senses of magic. No magical like items or anything hidden around here. Any other like illusions or something. But I'll say that you do pick up a faint sense of like a lingering magical presence around the spot where Niona went missing, and it, as far as like the nature of the magic itself, you get some like conjuration magic, maybe a little bit of evocation.
If we have a whole hour, I could also try and, or actually, could I do identify? Because I don't know if there's like a thing for me to identify at this point.
Yeah. I mean, as far as you can tell, just based on your intelligence and the spell you cast, there seems to be like the lingering remains of some sort of rift or planar opening or portal or something like that, which opened up here. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there's like an effect that is present here for you to identify.
It does appear that Niona has vanished, but as I've hypothesized before, certainly far beyond my capabilities to do anything about it.
Well, I hope she comes back.
Maybe she just does that. Like Vivian summons tentacles. Maybe Iona just goes into another dimension every so often.
Sometimes I just disappear into my shell. It's kind of like that. Knowing
I
full
guess.
well that is nothing like that.
I
But
don't know.
Shellac wants to contribute.
I just want to say that from what I know about like these sort of rifts, I don't know much, but I believe that they are tied to a number of disturbances. If there have been weird things happening around here, then it could be a result of those.
So it's the scared guy's fault. Got it. I'll make him bring her back.
I believe that is a jump in logic, but
And Fang's gonna look at Thea and be like, am I killing this one or are we capturing?
I don't know. I mean, we could talk to him.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel kind of weird about just like killing him.
He did drop rocks on you.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad though.
You may have made some terrible names. Iona go missing.
Well, if we get him, and he did it, then he bring her back. There you go. Problem solved.
Done. We'll capture him, then potentially kill him.
Okay.
Does anyone join in? Because Fang's not being quiet about this.
I think Shellac is just like, I'll do whatever anyone else thinks. I'll punch him.
Well, if he is doing the magic that's making the town all weird, then, like, we should probably get him to make it stop.
At the very least, I would like to find out what he knows about the magical effects in the region.
Okay. Interrogation mode activated.
Every conversation with you is kind of an interrogation.
Thanks.
As that conversation is wrapping up, Jazz will have finished doing detect magic and just comes over to Fang and starts like pulling out a little bit of string and like taking measurements of like your skull and physiology, and is going to start asking questions about the shifting. Is that something you can just do on command, or is it triggered by certain circumstances?
Yes. Yeah, what is he doing?
You know that when you do that in front of people, they're always either terrified or really, really interested.
It's kind of weird.
You shoot magic and summon tentacles, okay? Let's just roll back on calling me weird, please.
Oh yes, do not worry. I will be asking her questions about her efficacy as well, but I am letting her heal up as she took more grievous wounds than you did.
You're a walking robot, and we have a turtle who just ducks into his shell. Nobody's asking, what's it like being in the shell? No, but they're just picking on me.
Jolly, what's it like in your shell?
It's fine.
Okay.
I think he's very awkward with like, I have no idea what any of this is happening. I saw someone disappear and then skeletons.
See, this is why I just use like swords and stuff, because nobody asks me weird questions.
That's why I punch.
I do
guess
actually
I'll
have
just-
some questions about your sword use, because I imagine I could come up with some ways to improve it and make it better, but
Finally.
You can make swords larger.
not yet. Do I ever get enlarge reduce?
In Fang's mind, larger sword is more damage.
Well, I can get enlarge reduce, but I'm thinking more about next level. I get infusions. I'm gonna have to start thinking about which ones to do with those.
No one ever asks.
Okay. Because
Are we-
you're always creeping, and I can't see you to ask.
That's what I do best. I start creeping down the stairs.
I guess self.
Okay. Creeping ahead.
All right, you guys finish your short rest. You've investigated this room thoroughly. You gonna head off after the dude?
Yeah.
Okay. You all head in the direction that you last saw him move. I'm just gonna move y'all over here. And you reach a long corridor, sort of a natural formation in the rock here that leads further into this cave. You wind your way down this corridor. It breaks off in a few areas. It sort of breaks off and comes around and kind of bends a little bit. But as far as you can tell, it all seems to be going in one direction. You've lost your wolfish smell, Fang, but even still, you can catch the lingering odor of a lived-in space further in. As you finally make it to the end, I'm just like trying to move us all here. You reach the end of this passageway, and you reach a room that seems to be a dead end. It's a long oval cavern that opens up here, 40 feet wide, 60 feet long, with dark purple tapestries hanging on the walls. At the center stands a pedestal fashioned of severed arms arranged to clutch one another in a cone. Cradled in the uppermost hand is a glowing crystal sphere, and a dark sigil with an eye-like slit floats above the sphere. I'll show you guys the picture.
Do not touch it until I have the chance to determine what this thing does, please.
And you see this sigil.
I'm gonna start ritually casting Identify.
Okay. You start doing that, so that'll be, 10 minutes to do that? The rest of you, what you doing?
I'm gonna poke around the room.
Okay.
Not touch the rock.
What's your passive perception?
Dude, like so many.
That for everyone?
16.
Yeah, let me get everyone's real quick while I'm asking.
Mine's
I'm
12.
12.
Okay, not all at once. Hold on.
Ah!
You asked for
So-
it. We timed it.
Yeah, what was yours again?
16.
Shellac,
12.
Fang,
15.
Vivian,
11.
Jazz,
14.
14. Okay. I'm not including Jazz in this because you're focused on the approaching the pedestal and inspecting that. Everyone else, with your passive perceptions of 11 or higher, you do all kind of look around these tapestries and everything, and you do notice at the northern end of the cave, one of the tapestries kind of is bowed out a little bit, and there is a set of shoes kind of sticking out from underneath the the lowest portion of it, like somebody is standing behind there. And you see it like shifting a little bit every now and then, and you watch as like kind of it like pulls open, like somebody peeking out, and then closes. And as Jazz approaches the pedestal to begin casting detect magic, you hear a voice yell out from somewhere in this room. It says, "Can't you see it? It's the eye. It sees your every move. Don't you fear it?"
I can see you.
No, you
I
can't.
just-
I can see
Can I
your
just
feet.
grab him?
The feet
You're
kind of duck in a little bit more. No, you can't.
You're bad at hiding.
No, I'm not.
If he just goes, can you please turn around so I can find somewhere else to hide?
Come out.
Come out from where?
Come out or Fang's
I
gonna
am
grab
everywhere.
you. You're gonna get eaten.
What's a fang?
A big scary wolf man.
I just grab him and say, I'm a fang.
So you begin to approach.
Just pick him
Uh,
up.
your heavy footfalls make it. You begin to pull at the curtain, and as you do, he sort of wrenches his way out. Before you can grab him, though, he has clutched in one hand a wand, which he points directly into your face, and he says, "Stand back! Stand back, or I'll use this. I'll kill all of you." And as he points it at you, probably most of you can't recognize on sight. I'm going to give it to Jazz, though, because this is a pretty common magical item, or slightly uncommon. He's holding a wand of magic missiles. Most dangerous item in the galaxy. And he's pointing it straight at Fang.
You may wish to give him some space. That object could do some damage. It would not be pleasant if you were to activate it.
So
Stand
can this
back.
one. I draw my bow.
It's like going between the two of you. I mean it.
Can I just bend his arm back so it's aiming at him? You're like, shoot, go on.
All right. Make a grapple check.
Bring it. I'm going to grapple you so hard. Oh, that's a 1.
you try to grab him, and he wrenches his arm free, and just like stumbles back into the curtain, kind of pushing you away. And so Fang, you go staggering back as well. And as that happens, he he sort of yelps and then goes to fire his magic
shoot
his
him.
wand. Let's roll initiative.
I have to roll a 1. This die is being put aside.
This was some good negotiating, guys. Let's see how this goes. Let me put him on the. So I'm going to rearrange the room a little bit based on where everyone kind of in narrative was. So he's over here. Fang, you're about over here. Jazz, you were near the pedestal. The other three of you, I didn't have distinct like locations for. So wherever you think you were present during this scene. Thea, I don't know if you were any closer.
Yeah, probably like right there.
And then
Okay,
Sorry,
cool.
Sorry, friends.
And I will roll for him as well. Oh, that's a 3. It's very bad.
Why did I roll that on the grapple check?
All right. Well, he's going last, so see if you guys can take care of him before he gets a turn. Fang, you're first.
Okay, just because he may hurt me if we don't somehow stop him, I want to shift again, so I'm back in my little doggo form. I get a little bit of extra health. And I'm just gonna try and, I guess, grab him again, because I'm not allowed to eat him yet.
Okay.
Oh, that is much better. That is... Do I add anything to this, or is it just a die roll?
It's plus your athletic. You're trying to grapple him?
Yeah, so plus my
Yeah,
athletics,
athletics.
that's a 17.
Ooh, nice. 17 versus his acrobatics or athletics. I'm gonna go acrobatics. That's a 16. You win. You have him grappled.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. So you're kind of holding him in place, like by the shoulders, kind of got his arms in. His arms are up. He's got the wand kind of pointed upwards. So that will be Fang's turn. Thea.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up over here, and I'm gonna point my rapier at him and say, "Drop it, or I'm gonna stab you in the throat."
Okay.
And then I will, I guess, hold my action.
All right. Make a intimidation check.
Oh, jeez. Not my best one. 13.
13. All right. Pointing the rapier at his back, is sandwiched between you and Fang. See what he does on his turn.
If he doesn't drop it, I'm gonna stab him a little.
All right. Vivian.
I'm zooming in on his token. I'm trying to figure out if he's cute or not, and I can't tell.
No.
Okay. He
Hold
kind
on.
of
I
looks
can
like him, but
share.
I like how
It's
that's
slimy.
I'm just curious. Oh, never mind. Okay.
I just kill him. Be like, ah!
Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah.
Okay,
Boy,
yeah.
he is slimy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna be like, I liked your dancing zombies. I'm gonna kind of like flick one of the bells on the jester hat that I'm still wearing.
Yeah, I forgot you're still wearing that. Okay.
I know Thea said to drop it, but could I go up and just take the wand out of his hands?
You can try. We'll just do this as kind of the same thing as like a grapple check, but you're going for the wand instead. So athletics.
Okay.
Does anyone have rope?
17.
Oh boy. Okay. Natural 20.
No.
-1 is a 19.
Okay.
So he's just clutching onto it for dear life. You're trying to rip the wand from his hand. Okay.
I'm still just like holding on to the wand, but that's all.
Okay. That will be Vivian's turn. Shellock?
Okay, so I might as well. Let's see. I think that was 25 feet for me. I can go one more square. I can go about here. I mean, I can't really do much except also just dash and get in his face, which I think I'm going to do, and kind of dash a little bit and get right here by Thea and behind Vivian.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Jazz.
Sir, as you can see, we have you outpowered. It would be a shame if you were to fire that weapon and force us to inflict grievous bodily harm upon you. I highly suggest you cooperate. We just have some questions we would like you to answer, and it would be a shame if we had to kill you and then bring you back in order to get answers to those questions.
Okay, I'll say either a persuasion or intimidation. I think either one is appropriate.
Yeah,
here.
persuasion, using the cold logic.
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Oh, that's actually very good.
I'm proficient in persuasion.
Okay. Man, I really wanted him to just blow all 7 charges with this magic missile on his turn. But I think with the 19 there on the persuasion, and his wisdom save is very low, you see the wand kind of start to glow a little bit. He looks frantic. It's like panting heavily. His eyes are wild. His hair is mussed. He's like kind of pulling against the couple of you around him. He feels the stab of the rapier in his back, and he goes, and he just lets go of the wand.
Wait, so do I have it?
Yeah, you have the wand.
Pocket it.
Are you gonna be nice?
No.
I poke him. Are you gonna be nice now?
Will you at least be civil?
I am the Lord of Lance Rock. This is my kingdom. I do not require civility of myself in my own kingdom.
Well, there's 5 of us and 1 of you, so I poke him again.
Okay. What do you want?
Jazz has some questions.
Which
Yes,
one's Jazz?
That one.
Are you a musician?
Do I know any instruments? I don't think so. Not of the musical kind.
I am in need of a court bard.
Well, if we find anyone whose qualifications meet your requirements, we may send them your way, depending on how this conversation goes.
Yeah, we're not really talking about what you need right now, pal.
Fine. What do you want?
Let us start with the more general questions. What do you know of the strange happenings in the region? Several of the local townsfolk seem to believe they originate here from Lance Rock, and as you are the Lord, that would make any consequences from those happenings fall under your responsibility.
Which town?
Red Larch, the nearest one.
Never heard of it.
It's like the only one.
I don't get out much.
Clearly.
Either way, there are happenings around your domain, and as I said, anything that happens to innocents in that area is your responsibility. So it would be in your best interest to tell us what you know and see if you can make amends, such as they might be.
I am only here to grow my kingdom and recruit more subjects for my court. I have little need of the goings-on of the common masses outside of my domain, but I am aware of these disturbances that you speak of. It is the eye that sees all, the eye that knows all. And he looks to the sigil on coming from the orb.
Can I inside check this fool?
Yes, you can.
Same.
23.
Wow. 23. He believes everything that he's saying. You're gathering the fact that this guy is not of sound mind. But does not seem to be lying to you. Doesn't seem to know much beyond what he's telling you currently.
Can you tell us about the eye?
The eye, the all-seeing eye. I do not know its origins or where it comes from, but it watches over the valley. It seeks weakness. It is looking, always looking.
How do you know that?
I see it. I feel it. You are new to this place, are you not? You will see it and feel it too. The longer
Pardon me,
that
can
you
we
stay
skip
in
the doom
valley.
and gloom? You are clearly a magical practitioner of some power. What do you know of its magical properties?
I only know what I have felt and what I've seen in my dreams.
And what have you seen in these dreams?
He looks to the symbol. He says, that is what I have seen. The eye that looks over all within the valley. Do you not see it? Do you not fear it and its power?
No, if I poke it, will it kill me?
I'm gonna touch it. Can I
Why
touch
don't
it?
we-
Wait.
Why don't we make him touch it? And I'll just drag his arm up towards it.
I still think anyone touching it before I have the chance to examine it would end poorly, or at least there are
If
too
for
many
him.
unknowns. Yes, and it could also explode and kill us all.
That's why I asked. Hey, if I poke it, will it kill me?
Yes.
That was a
Insight.
clear lie.
It was a lie. It was definitely a lie. You don't need to inside check.
Now, why are you lying? I thought we were gonna be nice.
I'm not lying.
You're a bad liar. Bad hider, bad liar.
Squeeze his arm a little for lying.
I think
Ah.
Shellac just gets kind of just uncomfortably close to him. Doesn't really do anything, but just is kind of like, hey, why don't you
What?
tell us about that eye there? What happens if we touch it?
I've told you you'll die if you touch it.
Come on, dude. I got stuff to do.
Fia, do you want to throw a rock at it?
Yes. Start looking around for a rock.
Jazz, are you still casting?
Yeah, I think would have gone back to doing identify. So
Okay.
y'all need to keep him occupied for 10 minutes while I do it.
Alright, what did you do to our other new friend?
Which one?
The short one.
I don't know.
Do you do
I
portals?
don't have any more. No.
Is that true?
Yes.
Because you just
Shall I-
lied to me a minute ago.
I have no knowledge of this type of this level of magic.
I'll vouch for him. I don't think he'd be strong enough to do that.
Yeah. Admittedly, he was going to try and play fetch to distract me, so he's not the brightest person.
Yeah, this is true.
All right, 10 minutes.
Does anyone have
the-
rope to tie him up so I can let go of him?
Yeah, I've got rope.
Yeah.
I got
Silk rope.
I have
Okay.
hemp.
Ooh.
I don't want to give him
Ooh.
comfortable.
Ooh.
What's that? Is that why you're like, is he good looking? I've got silk rope.
I've got silk rope. He's good looking.
We have silk rope, but if you're not good looking, you get the hempen rope.
Yeah, you get the hemp rope.
Ooh. Uh, you tie him up. Jazz, you finish your spell. It's actually a lot more mundane thing with that. So you identify it, and the identify catches the sphere itself. It is a drift globe that has been like modified slightly to create this illusion of this eye here. But there's no harm to it. You gather if you disturb this at all, though, this illusion that the symbol of the eye will go away. It's very tenuous.
What does it do, Jazzy?
This is simply a source of illumination that has been modified to create the eye. And I'm gonna pull out my spear and just tap it an inch. And so it becomes just the, like you said, I imagine the eye disappears and it just becomes the drift globe.
Just the mundane kind of, well, not mundane, but the sort of bluish, slightly lit, slightly glowing crystal ball.
So what? It's just a lamp.
Essentially, but it does have some interesting properties, and I'll speak the command word to make it hover near me and start moving around and have it follow me.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So we can take it?
Hey, can we have it?
No, you can't. It's mine.
But you also said that when we touch it, we would die, and we touched it, and we didn't die.
Well, clearly.
So how is it yours?
Decided to spare you.
Hey, what is this, Sue? And I like poke the wand like into his leg.
Don't do that.
Yes, you could very well blow his leg off if you do that, but that is a rather simple device, and I'll explain to her how to use a wand of magic missiles.
Never point a loaded wand at people.
It's a stick and a bow. This guy was really prepared to deal with me, okay? Fetch and play ball, I'm in trouble.
Some magic stuff is little but really scary.
Every enemy is gonna have dog treats now.
Are we the Scooby Gang?
So if you're not doing the storms and stuff, and the ball's not doing the storms and stuff, did we just come in here for no reason?
It's the eye.
No, it's not.
We'll just knock him out. Like,
No, I feel like maybe this is going somewhere. So you don't know where the eye came from?
No, the eye is old. Older than the valley.
How do you know that?
I sense it.
How though?
Dark magics.
I think at this point, Shellac just like judo chops the back of his neck and knocks him out.
Okay.
It's
He's
just like,
restrained.
we're done.
He's restrained. I'm not gonna go through like you guys having to bring him to 0 hit points. You knock him out.
I just go, maybe we can have this conversation later when he's calmed down after a nap.
I don't get the feeling that he's gonna calm down or become any more coherent. Fang, hold him up. I'm gonna check his pockets.
okay. So the drift globe did all that image, the little 4 symbols, and the purple thing, or just the purple thing?
All of it.
Okay.
Now that it's moved, it's just bluish light.
But you have that handout. You guys pretty well remember what it looked like.
You got any stuff?
You search him. He doesn't have anything on him, but you do look behind the drapery around the room. And there are these like little niches behind it where it looks like he stashed most of his stuff. There's like some food, drink, supplies, clothes, bedding, things like that. There's 100. Well, nope, not money. I forgot. I should have converted it. There
100
are
bottle caps.
165 bottle caps. No, there are 4 polished gems worth about 4 polished gems. We'll go with that. Trying this no gold thing is really gonna, this barter thing is really gonna get me after a while. There's 4 polished jet gems. And you have the wand of magic missiles.
I don't want to take all this stuff. I feel bad.
So you don't take the gems.
I take one of the gems.
Okay, you take
Fang
one.
follows through and takes the rest.
I was going to say, I'm also
knows
going to
Thea.
take one.
But do the
You
gems
know,
seem
Thea,
like
let's
they'd
just take the
have
whole party.
Yeah, any magical
Why?
properties to them?
No.
We shouldn't just take all of his stuff. He lives here.
I'm dragging him to the sheriff. Like, he ain't gonna
Yeah.
need it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna actually drag him. I'm not carrying him. Every step, his head's been hit. Like,
So he'll be dead by the time we get there.
You guys are being so mean.
Kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah.
we
The
could
man is
just end
clearly
his life.
unwell, but he has also.
He attacked us with skeletons. and
We
zombies.
kind of came into his house and destroyed a bunch of his stuff, though. Just saying.
His skeletons were dancing. That's wholesome.
But some
No.
weren't.
The zombies were. The skeletons weren't. The skeletons almost killed you with one arrow.
Well, yeah, wouldn't you have a security system on your house? I'm just
I
saying.
am the
You
security
go in the water
system.
and get bit by a shark, you can't get mad at the shark. You're not supposed to be
Yeah,
in
I
there.
can. Be
Well,
like, what are you doing?
Hey, I live in the water. I live in the swamp. My shell is my house.
I don't think there are sharks in the swamp, Shelly.
You don't know that.
He may have
That's
killed
not-
people to make the skeletons.
We
He
don't
could
know
be a
that, though.
murderer.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we
you
can't ask him now.
Well, you can't arrest somebody because they might be a murderer.
I
I
know a
just-
necromancer, and he just kind of repurposed the dead. You know, it's like recycling.
I think we should leave him alone. I'm taking one of these shiny rocks, though.
So are you taking him with you or are you leaving him here?
I think
My
we should
vote
leave
is-
him.
My vote is leaving him here, but in the room with the dancing zombies.
Okay.
We've taken his ball and his stick, okay? He's not gonna have anything to really live for. Yeah. His whole world's been just taken.
Yeah.
Still has his kingdom.
Nah, we wiped out most of it.
I mean, he can do. All right, Vivian. I mean, he can just like do it again with the zombies, right? Just, like make more of them.
Maybe.
I don't
Most
know.
likely.
I feel like he's not doing anything. Just kind of leave him.
And it does seem like we will be in the area for some time, so if we find out that undead have been growing in presence, we will come back and give him another talking to. But yes, the wand and the drift globe, I think, and the gems are perhaps more than enough for us to take with us.
I guess.
Certainly leave him his food and supplies and that such.
Yeah, we'll leave that.
You squishy types do seem to complain if you don't have food.
And we'll put his food and drink back.
We need it to live.
So do
Okay.
I.
So
Well,
you
yeah,
leave
but now we
him.
have the shiny rocks. We can just go buy some.
You leave the man tied up or untied.
I think we untie him because he's unconscious now.
Yeah.
Okay. You untie him and you leave him in the room with the dancing zombies, or you just leave him in his.
I think we should just
Good.
leave him in here.
Dancing zombies, please.
How clean are these curtains? Would they be worth anything?
No. I mean, I guess to somebody who really needs curtains.
What color did you say they were, Sean?
Purple.
Purple.
Shellac decides he wants a strip of it for himself.
So you rip one of the curtains.
Well, he uses his razor sharp beak and kind of just cuts along.
Okay.
Like
So I need to make a
halfway.
Constitution saving throw as you cut through the curtains because they are imbued. No, I'm just yeah. You take a strip of the curtain.
That's a 13.
You're good. So you take some of the curtains. You leave him untied here. You rob him of everything that brought value and joy to his life, and then you leave the cave, hoping he wakes up in time to re-enchant the zombies before they eat him. Okay, let's go.
This
And
guy
you
comes
guys-
back and tries killing us later on in this game.
Oh no, he's gonna be a reoccurring NPC. You guys are gonna be going, but you guys are gonna be best friends with this man by the end of this game. Count it. But as you leave the cave with your newfound loot, you guys all level up. So you're all level 2 now.
Did anyone
Yeah.
hear that weird music when we left the cave?
Oh, forgive me. That was one of my little devices.
I do want that to be in canon, where every time you guys level up, Jazz just makes that noise, and you guys, oh, we've experienced so much together, guys. I feel more powerful now.
I remember how to do this stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so you do your level up things. I'm sure there's not that much, so we'll just keep going until we hit our break time. So the trek back is pretty long, and it's actually getting kind of dark by the time y'all arrive back at Red Larch. Close out some things here. Do you head back to the Swinging Sword to speak with Harbuck, or is there something else you guys want to do?
So, what if Neona never comes back?
Hey?
The little one.
The mold one.
Oh, Fungus Girl. Oh, girl. I really wish I didn't nickname her that, because that's all I'm going to think of whenever I go to try and think of her name.
I'm sure she'll come back.
He kind of got sucked in.
Yes, but from the brief bit I was able to observe, it did seem rather chaotic, and so there is a greater chance than there otherwise might be that the portal will reopen and she will return to us.
Or she'll return to that bit in the cave, just there all alone. With creepy dude.
That is also a possibility.
He doesn't have a stick anymore, though.
That's true.
Oh. Should have left a note.
I'm sure it's
It's
fine.
okay.
Okay.
That sounds like her problem, not ours.
As y'all debate this and enter Red Larch, you head back to the Swinging Sword through the big gates, the black gates of the city, winding away through the crisscrossed city streets. It's pretty. It's still pretty lively for being so late. Lots of these lanterns hanging from these cross beams that support a lot of the taller city structures. People still talking, conversing, and doing carrying on with a bit of business this late into the evening. And you arrive outside the Swinging Sword. As you head in, you find Harbuck sitting at a table, his Stetson resting on the side of his chair, on the back of his chair, and he is currently nursing a whiskey. As he sees you all enter, gives a cowboy nod in your way and says, well, y'all back already?
There's a weirdo living in your cave.
Oh, so you met Davey.
We
Yeah.
did not ask his name.
Davey.
That was a lapse on our part.
Wait, which cave?
By Lance Rock.
Oh, different cave. All right. We got lots of weirdos living in lots of caves around here. All right. So Lance Rock. Oh, right. Kalesa. She said mentioned something about sending y'all up that way. Looks over towards the bar and sees the bartender kind of come back around, and she like wipes her hands on her apron and comes around to all of y'all and says, "So did you take care of it?"
I don't think he was doing it.
I'm pretty sure that the source of all the troubles here came from that rock. So,
No.
what was there, some evil dragon or something living in there, or
No, just like a weird guy with
Yeah,
a
like
stick.
a weird dude. Yeah, he was weird.
But we took his stick, so problem
And his
solved.
balls.
You took his stick and his ball.
We did not
Yeah.
castrate him. I understand how my
All right.
companions make it sound.
Thank you. I was a little concerned there. It's not the
No,
way
it's
we do
okay.
things around here.
I'm starting to think everyone in this town is a weirdo.
See, he could have moved in and fit in perfectly fine.
I do not think he knows how to socialize with any other beings in the undead.
Harbuck says, all right, so undead, you said, up there.
They're gone now.
Oh,
Most of them.
most of them.
Well, the mean
There's
ones.
some dancing one.
All right. Well, you went up there, you killed this person, and
No,
well,
I
no.
wasn't allowed to.
So
I was
they're
going to bring him back, but then again, I wasn't allowed to.
We don't think he's very dangerous. We took away his weapons and stuff, so he's pretty much just a guy now.
Yeah, he's just a dude living in a cave.
A few of us almost died. One of us got taken to another portal, but he's not dangerous.
Well, he didn't do the portal.
Harbuck just downs the rest of his whiskey. And Kalesa says, the omens told me there was something. I'll need to consult with them again, but I appreciate you. If you've gone up there and you dealt with some undead creatures or anything, the more fell magic you destroy out there in the waste, the safer it makes us here. So I'll consider our agreement upheld, and I'll give you lodgings here for as long as you need it.
Did
Oh, yeah.
your omens mention anything about an eye? And I will also use one of the thing where I can make an image appear on an object, and basically recreate the illusions.
Okay.
See if that rings any bells.
She looks it over, and Harbuck does too, and he kind of scratches his head. He says, I've never seen anything like that. Have you, Kalesa? And she says, no, I've seen many things in the omens, but
Mm-hmm.
nothing quite like this.
You ever heard of, like, an evil eye?
I'll have to consult with
Can
that.
you
Nothing
just, is that a no? Can you just answer the
No, I haven't
question?
heard of
Okay,
this
thank you.
eye.
I just want to know what information we're working with. Thank
I think
you.
I know what caused the fires in the kitchen now. Someone was consulting their omens instead of cooking.
You don't get dinner tonight.
Aw.
The rest of you will
Okay.
have it out shortly.
Yay!
Would you like me to take a look at the kitchens?
If you would like to, and you can, if any repairs you might want to make, we can look into that. But the rest of you, I'm sure you're tired. It's late, and I'll get food going.
Yay.
So, Jazz, you go to check out the ruins of the kitchens to look for. Are you trying to make any repairs or anything, or just?
Yeah, I mean, I'll see what there is, and I can do mending as a cantrip, which fixes up to a foot of damage
Okay.
per minute.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you can do some of that. I mean, do you have to sleep as a Warforged?
I do have
And
to
you don't have to
take
eat.
6 hours of a rest, but
Okay.
yeah, let's see. Don't need
It's
to
like
eat,
a
drink, or
trance.
breathe. Yeah, it's basically a 6-hour trance.
Okay. So yeah, you can spend most of the night today. I'd say you get a fair bit of the kitchen repaired with that, with only having to take 6 hours off and not having to stop to eat or breathe or rest. So kind of watches you the whole way, is very impressed by it. Starts like pointing out things like, oh, there's this scuff on the floorboard here. Could you get that too? And starts like, after you've gotten most of the big things, starts pointing out some like non-essential damage to the kitchen, just trying to increase the resale value of this property. So as much as you want to get into helping her, but you are very much in her good graces by the end of the night. The rest of you get some food. It's not great, but it's edible. It's mostly this crumble cake that they make here, which is this like it's more of like a trail ration than anything, but you gather over time it's just evolved into the most efficient thing that they can cook, and it's just this dried breaded, like almost like an oat cake sort of thing. It doesn't have any flavor, but it's food. Anything anybody wants to do during the evening?
How many rooms do we get? The one each? I have my own space.
Yeah, they're very small rooms. It is enough for one physical body to occupy. So they're very tight with like just a single cot, and then some of them have windows.
Shellac sleeps on the floor because he sleeps in his shell.
Okay. The rest of you get some rest and get your own private room unless there's anything else.
Jazz doesn't take a room. They just take a chair, set it up in the common room, and then just kind of lean back and look like someone just put a mannequin there.
Yeah. I think throughout the night, some people come like walking up and like look at the robot man in the corner and then mosey on their own way. Eventually, evening passes. You all get a long rest. Regain hit points, hit dice, anything else you might need, and a sense of accomplishment. However, as you wake, there is a bit of commotion outside, and Jazz, actually, you're probably the first one disturbed as the doors of the swinging sword come busting open, and Harbuck comes kind of rushing in and looks around and points at you and says, "You and any of the others you can find. There's been a bit of an incident down at the town square. Just whoever can come and help. There's been an accident."
Jazz will stand up and, taking the butt of their spear, just start poking the roof, figuring out where people's rooms were, and just like banging on their floor.
I'm probably awake. I only need 4 hours. So,
That's
like
right.
gets up
Just
really
enough.
early.
Yeah,
He's just
I
come
think-
bounding down the stairs immediately. What?
I think
Harbuck says there's been an incident in town. Let's get the others.
I go start banging on doors.
Okay. And as you're doing this, you also begin to feel, and those of you that were awake, especially those of you trancing, you felt like about 30 minutes ago, there was this slight like tremor. And there's another one now that you guys are waking, just like this like aftershock of like a small tremor and earthquake that sort of rolls through the city. Not uncommon, but definitely noticeable. Noteworthy.
Something's happening.
And he's probably a cranky morning person.
Okay.
He likes his sleep, and he sleeps curled up like a dog does. He would have done like the 3 circles and then laid down in a little.
Okay.
And then I guess he'll get up to the usual sound of the making noise.
Yelling, something's happening. This probably happens a lot.
Vivian's also grumpy, but she'll leave.
Okay.
Yeah, Shellac is very slow in the morning comparatively.
Comparatively. Okay. You all come down the steps and following Jazz's lead, as Harbuck has also left the building at this point. You head out of the swinging sword and you look down the road and you see a crowd of people gathered at the end of this alleyway. And as you push through and over, you begin to hear people yelling, calling out for rope or to get a ladder, and people clearly panicking. And as you come kind of pushing your way through the crowd, you see Harbuck, who notices all of you and asks for you to approach, and you see what he is standing at the edge of is a sinkhole that is opened up in the center of town here, and there's an old cart that looks like it is sort of half submerged, has kind of half fallen to this opening in the ground, and you hear people sort of worried yelling as you hear mothers and fathers and caretakers yelling out, my boy, where did my boy go? And they're all looking down the hole, and Harbuck is holding it. Say, all right, I can. They seem to be fine down there, a little banged up. We're gonna take care of it. We're gonna get them out. All right, just everyone, just keep back, just stay calm. And what, Siri? What are you doing? I don't know what I said there. So anyway, the Harbuck is trying to keep everyone at bay as the three of you, or the five of you, come to approach. And he says, "All right, are you guys? All right, thanks for coming. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this, but we got an emergency. We got to get down and get these kids out of here. I don't have a lot of people around that are going to be able to help with this. Y'all think you got something?"
Yeah,
I have rope.
We have
lots
silk
of
rope too, so it won't hurt the kids.
He gives you a very confused look. He said, "I think we keep the silk rope out of this regular, good old hemp rope should do the trick here.
I tried
These are-
Vivian.
These
How
are
far down is
children." He looks down. He says, "It's hard to tell. Maybe about 30 feet or so."
That's plenty. We take the bottom of one rope, fashion it into a little thing, lower it down,
All
lift
right.
them up.
We might need someone to go down there though, because these kids are pretty young and they're a bit scared. Do one of y'all?
Who's the lightest? Who's the smallest?
Theo.
Yeah.
I can also use some magics to make it so that you can jump most of the way up and down.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Yeah, I can go.
Yeah, I think Shelak will kind of tie the other end of the rope around him and kind of like acts like an anchor, like kind of
Okay.
dig with his claws into the ground. So
So yeah, Shellac and Jazz are there. We're like almost 600 pounds of weight.
Jesus.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm almost 300. You're what, 400 something?
yes, I want to say I'm 450.
So we're almost 750 pounds of anchoring weight between the two of us.
I weigh 97 pounds.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right. So as you're getting this ready, and you're beginning to like tie off the rope so that you can lower Thea down. You also hear there's a bit more commotion as some other figures begin to push their way through the crowd. You see three older humans that come making their way through. Two men and one woman. They're pretty nicely dressed for what you'd expect for people in living in this town. Still a bit dirty and they're still country folk, but they are they definitely stand out. And one of them, one of the men, calls out to Harbuck, says, "Harbuck, what is the meaning of this?" And Harbuck looks back and says, "Oh, Elder, there's been a bit of an accident. Some of the kids have fallen down in the sinkhole. We're gonna try to get them out." And the Elder holds up a hand and says, thank you for your assistance here, but you should leave this to us. We will take care of this matter. No need to involve outsiders in our affairs." Harbuck sort of pauses for a second, looks at them, and looks back to you, says, "Now, Ilmeth, there are kids down there. I don't think it really quite matters at this point if they're outsiders or not. We're gonna get them out. It's fine. They're willing to take the risk here. I'm gonna make sure they're taken care of."
Yes,
And one of the the woman steps forward. She says, "Now, we will tend to the matter. You should follow our instructions here. We are the elders, and we have been designated as such. It is our choice to make, not yours."
He is halfway down the hole right now.
No,
Shellac and
you
Jazz
stop.
let
No,
him
hold
down.
on. Pull her back up. Pull her back up. No, No, don't lower her down. And yeah, you just hear her yelling as you're being lowered down to the pit. And Harbug steps forward, like dealing with them. The rest of you, as Thea is being lowered down into the darkness of this cavern, see Harbug like trying to dispel or to disperse kind of these three town elders that have tried to step in here.
If it is dark down there, would have sent the drift globe with you.
Okay, so you
Oh,
drop
cool.
and it illuminates. What
I
you
don't know if the
see,
kids can see.
Thea, down here, you see a wide, irregularly shaped cavern with a floor of smooth bedrock, just subterranean cave that has clearly existed underneath the city for some time. Now opened up from the degradation of the ceiling here. You can see like damp dirt, stones, some roots kind of protruding down, and then at the bottom is this pile of rock and rubble. And you see three kids that are currently down there. One seems to be clutching like a sprained ankle. The other two seem to be fine. A bit dinged up, got some bruises, but otherwise they're okay, and they're sort of panicked. One of them looks like they've been sobbing, and they seem very scared, but they're okay.
How old are they?
They pretty young. Two of them look like they're probably around like 7 or 8. One of them is a little bit older, maybe like 10. So the three of them are pretty young.
Hi.
They sort of give a nod. One sort of like wipes their nose. Are you here to help us?
Yeah. Are you okay?
One of them with the sprained ankle, the one speaking to you, the older one, looks down and says, Joshua looks like he hurt his leg. I don't know if it's broken or not, but he can't walk.
That's okay. We're gonna lift you up. We have to go one at a time. So Joshua should go first.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Come here. And he goes and tries and like helps you get Josh, and so are you carrying them up, or are you just like tying them in and then
I think I'm
yanking
gonna try to like loop them in and then stay down there with the other two.
Okay.
This is super scary. Do you want to see something fun?
You speaking to Joshua?
To the ones that I'm staying down there with. I'll tell them to pull
Oh.
them up and then.
Okay, yeah, so they begin to pull. You guys feel the tug on the rope and begin to pull up a very light weight, and the other two nod and say, sure.
Do you like music?
Yeah.
This will be good. I'm gonna take out my pan flute and then play a little song. A little folk song or something.
They're not. I really resisted them making a snide comment. Like, yeah, everyone likes music. I don't know why everyone always asks that.
They're like 7.
Okay. You begin to play some music for them to entertain them, which echoes kind of in this hollow cavern here. Those who upstairs or up top have been hearing this exchange between the elders and Harbuk, who has sort of talked them down and is still talking with the woman and the other two, whose name you have caught as Ulhro. And then the other two, her name is Alberi. The other two, Ulhro and Ilmeth, have sort of moved off and are having like a quiet conversation amongst the two of them, while Alberi is still speaking with Harbuk. And she seems pretty angry and is clearly telling him to back off and to let them deal with this issue, but Harbuk doesn't seem to be having it. Anything else you guys are doing up top?
Jazz is trying to interject from wherever they are and just like, we clearly have the means to rescue the children safely at hand. I do not understand why you insist on using your methods that would only delay their rescue.
The woman kind of holds up a hand. She said, "This is not a matter for outsiders. We will deal with this ourselves." And then turns back to Harbuk and continues to yell at him.
Can I try and eavesdrop?
Sure.
I'll pull the kids up, but focus a lot of my attention on what the two dudes are whispering about. Try and sign everything else out.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh, that is a 23.
That's really good. So kind of settling over a little bit and listening in with your keen hearing, you catch a bits of their conversation. So one of them, Ulhro, kind of is speaking to Ilmeth. You kind of catch them at the end of that, and Ilmeth holds up a hand and says, "This isn't to be discussed in front of strangers." And you hear Ulhro said, "The Delvers must not be angered. The stones must not be moved." And Ilmeth just holds up a hand and says, "Quiet. We'll discuss this later."
Just gonna tell Thea to try and hurry up a bit,
Okay.
because somebody probably made that hole.
Thea,
Send him up.
you've gotten the first. Those of you up top have gotten the first boy off, and
You got
see
a hurt foot.
a worried mother and father come rushing up, and they take him and they say, "Josh, you're all right? Oh, your leg," and they begin to look it over, and they look to you, the two of you there, pulling Jazz and Shellac, and says, thank you for your help," and they take him off towards the crowd. And before we take our break, Thea, as you're standing down there, you notice your eyes begin to adjust to the darkness, and this is a pretty large cavern down here. So it took you a minute to really recognize any sort of distinctions to it. But there are two tunnels leading out from this cavern. One of them kind of towards the north, as far as you can tell. It's just a wide sort of 5-foot tunnel leading off in that direction, kind of gently sloping upwards. On the other side, to the east, you see like a short little passageway and a stone slab, a door with a rusty pole ring staying there as well. Some sort of subterranean like structure down here. And by the stone door, you see sort of hanging on the wall, on a couple of like pittons that have been driven into it, a couple of well-used cloaks and a water skin on the floor. So as far as you can tell, it appears that there is some sort of structure down here, and someone has been down here recently using it. But we're going to go ahead and take our break here, and we will pick back up right there when we come back to see what you guys want to do with that information. So yeah, everyone watching, thank you for hanging out with us. We will be back very shortly to continue this adventure, and we'll see you real soon. So hang out. Hello, Internet. Thank you for hanging out with us on our break. We are just going to jump right back into things. So let's go. You guys you successfully rescue all the children from the hole here. You get all three out. Thea, you're still at the bottom. You see this tunnel. Everyone else at the top. Elder's still being a little pissy. What would you guys like to do?
Grab the rope there.
Can I go listen at the door?
Sure.
Wow, this is like I've put the last kid on there. And I'm like, okay. I scamper over to the door.
Okay, so while they're lifting up the last kid, you go over to the door. Okay. It is a heavy stone door. You don't gather you're going to be able to hear anything through it.
Okay, are the cloaks that are hanging there just like regular old cloaks?
Yeah. I mean, they're black, well-worn cloaks.
There's not like words on the back that say like Necromancer Club.
No.
Okay.
There's nothing on the cloaks that indicate who they belong to.
Is there anything in the water skin?
Water.
Okay. How heavy is the door?
That's a good question.
I don't know if I could even open it if I tried.
I don't know if it. Do you try opening it?
Well, I want to look at it first and see if there's anything like trap-wise or something like that attached to it.
Make a perception check.
17.
Okay. Yeah, you look around the door. You don't find anything that would lead you to believe it was trapped.
Okay, I'm gonna pull on it just like this much.
Okay. You slide the door. It actually moves. It opens very easily. Yeah, it slides open smoothly. It doesn't even really grate that much. And as it's open enough, you look inside and you see a passage of dressed stone that slopes downwards. Smooth
heck.
worked stone.
Do I hear anything?
You listen at the door. We'll roll your perception check from before. You hear, I think what you might hear. Yeah, you hear the sound of like pained, almost like whimpering in the distance.
Oh heck.
You also hear Fang.
I'm gonna go back to the rope, and I know they can pull me up really quick. There's at least 3 of them are very strong. I'll just like loop my foot through it and hold on, say, "Pull me up, pull me up."
And then I just begin pulling up, I guess, with Jazz as well.
Fang probably would help pull Thea up.
Yeah.
Kids, he probably would have scared, so would have avoided.
Ah.
Do want to
Carrying.
clarify, Jazz is very weak but very heavy, so good as an anchor, not so great at the actual pulling.
An excellent base.
Yeah.
I can lift a lot.
I'm gonna keep holding onto the rope and kind of step off onto the edge. Are the elders like nearby?
Yeah, they're still pretty close.
Who cares about them?
I do. Hey, there's somebody else down there.
A kid?
I don't know. There's a door and some cloaks and stuff, but like somebody like crying or in pain. Big door, long hallway. Didn't go down it.
Let's go down it.
Let's go
Did you
down.
throw a rock at someone?
No, I swear. I cracked open the door and I listened and I heard it and then I came back.
Is there anything around here we could tie the rope to that isn't a turtle?
Jazz would like to quickly go over to Harbuck and just like tap him on the shoulder in the middle of his shouting match with the elder and just be, "Pardon me, how many children were down in the hole? We did get them."
I told you I have to do my job here. Wait, sorry. How many children down there? Well, I think 3. Everyone's still missing a kid.
Or an adult.
No? Or an adult.
Or an animal?
Yeah, that's it.
He kind of asks around a little bit and then comes back and says, "No, it seems like everyone's accounted for now."
Harbuck.
That is good to know, thank you.
Harbuck.
Let's just
What?
go.
Hold on. He looks to the elder and says, "Listen, we've been dealt with now. We're going to figure out patching this thing up. We're going to deal with it." She leans. She says, "All right, well, I want guards posted here to make sure nobody enters the hole. I don't want anyone else getting hurt and falling down there. So, Harbuck, I need you to take care of that. All right?" He says, "Yes, elder. I'll do that." Turns back to all of y'all. All right, now that's done with.
I imagine like 2 of them have already gone down.
Oh, they were going
Hey.
down to the hole.
Hey, do you
Who's
know-
going down? Wait. Who did that? Who went down?
I
already?
turned around and went, go, go, go.
I'll go down and leave Shellac to work out how to anchor it himself.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fair.
Stealth check, because you're in the middle of a crowded
Oh, I
intersection here.
Oh, yeah, these parents whose children we just saved are going to rat us out, I bet.
No, I'm saying
Yeah,
you're trying to hide
look.
it. Are you trying to hide this from anyone?
Even if I was, I got a 3. So it'll just be like, okay, it'll be Shellac, anchor it yourself. Stay still, I'm going down.
I got a 6 in stealth, so.
Okay.
'cause
So
I'm a giant
you start to.
turtle.
The woman starts yelling at Harvey. Says, "You can't let them go down. It's dangerous, and we can't have outsiders running around and causing more trouble. They might be responsible for it, for all we know."
Hey,
And
no one else is going to do it.
I was woken out of my dead of shell sleep.
What was the names I overheard? The creature things? Because
The
Yeah.
Delvers.
I'll just be like, we'll just handle the Delvers ourselves. It's all good.
Wait, the what?
Yeah, I didn't tell anyone, did I?
you see the two people in the back kind of look to each other, and like there's a little bit of a sideways glance shared between the two of them. And Harbuck steps in. You see the woman kind of quiets down a bit, and Harbuck says, "Now we're gonna deal with this. I'm gonna make sure no one else gets hurt. It's gonna be fine. I appreciate your help, elders, and we will make sure that no one else gets hurt and falls down there. All right." And they begin to the 3 of them kind of back off. Like she backs off a little bit, looks to the other 2, and then very quickly the 3 of them push their way through the crowd and leave.
Harbuck,
Yeah, what was that about?
why are there weird tunnels and people crying under your town?
Why are there tunnels and weird people crying under my town?
Well, down in the hole, there's a door with a handle, and it goes into like a tunnel, like a legit tunnel. Not like this is just a carved out cave. Like there's like stone floors and stuff. And then there's like hooks on the wall with cloaks and like a water skin. Anyway, there's somebody down there crying. I think they're in pain, so I'm gonna go back. But
You're
there's
positive
weird
you're not just in
tunnels under
someone's
your town.
basement or something, right?
I'm positive. I mean, there's not
Shit.
the hole's right there, and then the tunnel would be right there. There's no house right there. How,
Right. No,
didn't go
it makes
like a
sense.
mile.
Sorry. I'm just all right.
Sorry. I know it's very stressful.
I don't know what's going on. I trust y'all deal with it.
Guess
Go
who's
down
gonna
there.
go find out? Go in the pit. Go in the pit. Go in the pit. Go in the pit.
Fang's just gonna yell out, have you touched any stones? Because I said don't touch the stones.
No.
I'm gonna figure out this. I'm gonna keep watch up here. See if anyone else comes back and figure out. You find out who else is stuck down there and get them back up. Okay. All right. Now go on.
I can catch people.
I jump.
I can catch 2 people. I'm not catching the 2 anchors because that trusts me.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna
that's
say.
I see
Alright,
Shellac
so-
go to jump and I'll just move aside and be like, he can hop.
I think if Shellac does anything and to help Jazz down, I think Jazz can like kind of latch onto my back, and I just kind of like put my claws into the wall, and just in the wall of the hole just slide down.
Okay. There's no wall to the hole. It's like there's a cavern and you guys are in a hole in the very middle, so it's just a straight drop.
All right.
But you can tie off the rope somewhere and get there. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys over the map, and though I love that visual, it's not gonna make a lot of sense given what I'm about to show you.
Or I could
Does it
just-
for like half a foot, and then he falls.
Or maybe it's like I just go into my shell and I just let myself drop.
Are you immune to damage when you're in your shell?
No.
Okay, I kind of. Yeah, you guys get down there one way or another safely. It's fine. And you are in the hole. I assume you guys can all see.
Sean, I have bad news.
Yeah.
I took the Devil's Sight invocation, so you're gonna have to adjust my lighting stuff.
Oh, boy. Okay,
No.
what's your lighting again?
It's dark vision out to 120 feet.
Holy shit.
That's why
Oh
it's
my
such
God.
a great invocation.
Yep. And there we go.
Yay, it helps everyone.
Okay, I gotta figure out who got my infusions for the day. You know, this would have happened like as we were leaving the inn. Who really, really wants a +1 to armor, or who really, really wants a +1 weapon?
I mean, I think Thea's going to get the most benefit out of either of those.
So I guess the question then is, do we want to have a bag of holding and just have that exist, or do you want to get both those buffs for today? Because we probably don't need the bag of holding just yet.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't have any weapons, and my armor class is already 17, so those don't really affect me. So it's really up to y'all, whoever needs it or wants it.
I have an AC of 14, but I'm also not going to be in melee.
So, Panthea, are you going to be in melee?
Most likely. My sword does more damage, and I can disengage as a bonus action, so.
Fang's fine as he is, because he can give temporary HP, heal himself with second wind, and heal himself with cure wounds. Like, I'm my own health.
So then, yeah, probably gonna give, like, as we were getting everyone up, going back, just like taps your rapier, like grabs your rapier, grabs like the armor on your shoulder, and just like stares at you for like a minute. It's just like, you will be better now. And then they like glow briefly before we head out. And
Thanks, was I bad before?
I said better.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so yeah, +1 AC, +1 weapon for basically until I say otherwise.
Sweet.
Yeah, was the whimpering coming from the north or from the door? Which
Door.
appears to be cracked open.
I
even though you
told
didn't
you I
touch
looked in it.
anything.
I told you I
Made a
looked in it.
stone. You moved a stone.
You said, did you touch a stone? I said no, because I touched the handle. It's not
It does
stone.
have an iron handle.
But listen. Is it still
Still
happening?
just done.
Yeah, you
Congratulate
can
you.
faintly hear the sound. Those of you with higher perceptions.
I congratulate Thea for moving such a big door.
Okay, so you guys head over to the door here.
I guess. Let's just get ourselves trapped.
Oops. Just
So
accidentally
slide.
threw myself through the door.
Open the door.
Creep. Creep, creep, creep.
Let me get up my description here. So you enter this area. So there are, let's see. Yeah, so 60 feet beyond, you look down this this stone passageway, this worked stone passageway, which feels is pretty cleaned out. Like, is it dusty and stuff? It seems like it's been used and maintained recently. From where you are currently standing, 60 feet beyond these stone doors, the tunnel levels out, which would be, you gotta measure it. Yeah, about right over here. And you see two stone reliefs of stern dwarves in chainmail carrying battle axes that face each other across the tunnel. The carvings stand out from the passage walls and have gaps around them. So they could be doors. You see the passage kind of continues past them.
I'm gonna follow the noise.
Okay. So you make it to this juncture here, right about this area. And you do, in fact, see these stone reliefs are slightly ajar, and you can see there are passages to the north and the south from where you're currently at. The noise seems to be coming from further down this hall here. It's growing a bit louder as you approach. As where you currently stand, you do see the ceiling of the passageway. Once you get past these dwarven statues, consists of these square stone panels about 10 feet on a side, and there are these rusty iron frames that surround each one of the panels. The panels are suspended about several inches from one another and the wall to either side, and they form a row overhead that continues down the passageway.
Like a monkey bars type row?
No, so it's like stone panels with iron frames that are just like slightly off from the wall. You can't like grab like it. The frames frame the stone itself, so you couldn't really grab onto it.
That looks suspiciously fun and dangerous.
Looking for traps. Looking for traps.
Okay. Make a perception check.
15.
You do not notice anything. Like there's nothing on the floor, the walls, or anything like that that would be a trigger for any sort of trap mechanism or anything like that.
Okay, let's go.
Do we really gonna put the squishy person first onto these things?
Creep. 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 I just keep going.
Stop! 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 Stop!
So where are you guys at? Thea, it continues that passageway. Are you guys all falling behind her?
I'm gonna be running after her.
I see another thing.
Okay, before you get that far.
Okay.
So assuming you guys are you guys really giving her that much space here?
No, I don't know where the things start. I'm trying to catch up to her before she gets underneath the metal.
Okay, it starts back here.
Oh.
And I mean,
Thea's well underneath it.
I've got the drift globe around me, so I'm trying to keep her like just outside its light.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably would have tried stopping her as soon as she started walking forward after we noticed the weird shit on the roof.
Okay. So here's what happens then. As Thea, you get to around that point, you notice something. The noise is a little bit louder, but you also see the door at the end of the hallway is slightly cracked. And there is a little bit of movement on the other side of the door. You see a large, like half-orc gentleman that is standing there, kind of peering around the corner, and he sees you, and he gives kind of he like waves back, gives a grin, and then you hear a ka-dunk as something is pulled on the other side of the door, and one of the panels, the one over Jazz, comes crashing down at the end of the hallway. Jazz, you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Man, that's twice in 2 days somebody's looked at me and then pulled a bad lever.
Yep. It's going to be the theme for this campaign, apparently.
Okay. Come on, roll better than an 8. That's a 15.
15 is a success. So based on where you are standing, it's a 10-foot square. You're at in order to avoid it. Ooh, I'm on the wrong layer. In order to avoid it, you jump forward right here, and one of those panels comes crashing down, and a large metal cage, the stone, which was the bottom of it, is now blocking your progress going back that other way. And you hear a like a thunk again on the other side, and it looks like the man sort of disappears for a moment, and you begin to hear some noise of some shuffling and something he's doing over there, and you hear a voice, and it's just from the other side of the door. He says, "Now I need you all to stay right there. I'm just gonna do this, and you're not gonna go any further this way. Sorry about this."
I would suggest we move ahead and ignore that man's
I run.
directives.
Make a initiative check. You're going to be contested initiative against this gentleman.
23.
23.
I have rolled so many 8s today. That's a 9 for me.
18.
That's a 22.
21.
Okay. Hey, who rolled? Did anyone roll a? Nope. Everyone rolled above an 8, which is what he rolled. So everyone else is going first.
I run
So
in the room.
yeah, we'll have Thea go first because she's the closest. So Thea, you come running around the corner and you see this man standing there, about to pull another lever. And he seems genuinely surprised when he sees you. He's like, "Oh no, you're supposed to stay in there. I have to trap you."
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I've been told to. Please go
Too
back
slow.
so I can trap
just,
you.
like, grab his wrist nicely. Too slow.
But that's not how this works. I'm supposed to trap you.
It is. I'm trying to keep him from pulling the lever while everybody else runs.
Okay, everyone else comes
no.
running. Comes
Okay.
running through. Is everyone just
Alright.
like dashing to try to get through? I'm trying to see.
I'm gonna dash and get to the door and almost like kind of try to hold it open for other people as Thea is kind of struggling with this guy not to.
Okay, so it seems like everyone. All right, yeah, no, nobody else is gonna be able to make it with just normal movement. So yeah, I mean, you guys just move yourself 60 feet or however much you can dash.
How far can Shellac dash?
I can now run. I now have a movement speed of 35, and then I can dash. So 70.
Because I'm like,
Oh,
he's
nice.
gone from moving 25 feet, and next
He
second he's
was-
just overtaken me to the
Yeah.
door. I'm
I
like,
think. Did
I
you
can't
just,
even reach that.
did you just go from tied for slowest to fastest?
I mean, basically, and if I really wanted to, I could. If I wanted to, I could use a key point and then
Dash
The
again.
wind.
yeah.
'Cause
Oh, boy.
It's like, maybe I should carry Shellac. Where'd Shellac? He's at the door.
Barreling around the corner,
zooming.
like, whoa, you got really good since yesterday.
You just had to work out a little bit. Okay,
Yes.
Thea,
How
I'm gonna make a
lazy were you
contested
yesterday?
contested
No.
strength check.
Aw, I was trying
against.
to be nice to him.
Well, I have to pull it. I'm sorry. It's my job.
You sound a lot like a friend of mine. His name's Harbuck. Do you know him?
Oh, I know Harbaugh. He's my cousin.
Well, he's my friend. Why are you gonna drop cages on Harbuck's friends?
Well, they told me the believers told me to do this, so I have to.
No. I'm just pulling his hand away. No.
You want to make a persuasion check instead,
Yeah.
which is better for you,
Persuasion or what?
or strength?
Persuasion.
Okay.
Jeepers creepers. That's 17?
7.
Aha! No. You don't have to do
Uh,
that.
Wait, I don't.
No. You can just not.
Oh. Okay. Hey, let's go.
It's okay, but hurry up still.
I'm going to tell you also what's in this room as you're standing there, because you hear the source of the whimpering. Because in the center of the room, so it's a big square chamber. It's been hewn out of the rock. The center of the chamber's west wall is a stone door that has a narrow viewing slit, which is what you saw this gentleman through. Beside the door, a set of iron bars bolted to the wall about 3 feet above the door. 10 oiled chains are secured to the bars. You're gathering this is what he was using to set off the traps. And then an 8-foot tall rectangular stone that stands upright in the room's center. The stone has an inscription on it that's hard to read from a distance. At the foot of the standing stone, a small human is pinned face down by rocks placed atop his arms, legs, and back. He is barefoot and wearing ragged clothes. And he, as you're doing this, he looks up from the floor and he says, "Oh, can y'all get me out of here, please?" And the man looks down and says, "I'm not supposed to do that either. I'm sorry.
Why?
I've been
Oh,
told
no.
not to.
I
Why?
haven't.
His dad was very clear that I'm not supposed to let him go.
Who's his
I know
dad?
I
What did
feel
he
bad
do?
about it too. He Well, I actually don't even know. And the boy looks up. He says, I didn't deliver a letter I was supposed to because I got distracted.
What? Then you should not get your allowance for the week. Holy crap! Who's his dad?
This is extreme.
His daddy is my boss.
Okay, does he have a name?
Hold on, I don't remember this character's name.
Boss man.
The kid looks up and said, his name's Rothar.
We gotta find that guy.
I was supposed to deliver a letter to Ilmeth, one of the elders.
Oh, is that one of the
Can you
dudes?
please let
Yeah,
these
that
off?
guy.
They're very
Yeah,
heavy.
get him out. Get him out.
Okay, I'll start moving the rocks and I'll just pick him up, but I'm not going to let him go in case it's bad.
I'll help as well.
Okay. None of the rocks are heavy enough to actually hurt him, just enough to hold him in place. But again, not the best form of parenting. He gets up
One
and kind of
might
stretches
argue
a little bit.
one of the worst forms of parenting.
He's probably about 15. He's pretty young. And he kind of stretches and he says, thank you. Grund, you asshole. And Grund looks down and says, I was very clearly told not to let you go, and I don't want your daddy mad at me, so. But clearly these nice people were here to help. I mean, what? So did Rothar send you to let him go?
No. 1, language. 2,
Hit him
what
on
the
the back
heck?
of the head.
Which one?
The kid which said arsehole, just don't swear.
Oh, gotcha.
When
So-
there's
I thought you were trying to
language,
knock
I'll be
him
like,
out.
yeah, you knock him out. He's unconscious. He says, ow, oh. Really? More corporal punishment?
Don't hit kids. What the heck?
Ron, it is all right. You did not let him go. We came down and let him go, so you will not get in trouble for letting him go.
Right. Good. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. All right. So are y'all believers?
In what?
yes.
Are y'all believers?
I believe in myself.
That's nice.
Assuming there's a capital B there, is that a term that maybe I would have heard about before?
I can't spell. No.
Aw.
It's not a term that you've heard
I
of.
want to be friends with this
Can
guy.
I quickly skim the inscription on the stone, see if it mentions anything?
Oh boy. Inscription.
What did he say the orc dude's name was?
Run.
Grund. Grund.
That's my new friend.
But you're going to say best friend, I was going to be really hurt.
No.
This is what the stone says. I don't know why there's a handout for this, but I'm using handouts, so.
Yeah, we believe in delvers.
Oh, you do? Okay. Good. Well, then I think we're all good there. If y'all are believers, and you should be welcome to be here.
But just in
it's-
case, if you knew somebody that didn't, how would you describe them?
The boy looks up, and shakes his head, said, "Okay, you're not believers. That's fine. It's fine if
I'm
you're
going to hit him on the back of the head again.
Ow!
Wait a sec.
Fine. Grund isn't a believer either. He's just doing what my dad told him to do. Grund, just chill out for a second." Grund nods and says, "All right. I need to reset the thing in the hall anyway, so I'm gonna go do that if y'all don't mind." And he goes up and he starts to pull on the chain, and you see the thing at the end of the hall beginning to raise back up.
Jazz is keeping half an eye on all the mechanisms and seeing what resets in this room, and we'll also be paying attention to the conversation.
And the kid says, "My name's Braylon. Like I said, my dad Rothar is one of the shitbag, the jerk believers, like ducks expecting to get hit. Yeah, and he had me deliver messages. I mean, all the elders are believers. I mean, like it goes all the way up here, and they all sort of worship the stones here. I don't really get it. It doesn't really make much sense.
I
Adults
thought
do
that was
weird
like
things.
a dwarf thing.
No, I don't know much about that.
Oh. They have a very
But
interesting culture.
but my dad, Rothar Hatherhand, and Ilmeth Waveler, the elder, and then who are the other ones? I know Bar Augustus Harbuckler, Marlando, Ilmeth. I said that one. Again, Grund isn't. They take care of him, and you know.
Wait, you said something Harbuck something.
No. Bargustus Harbuckler, not Harbuck. Different.
That's confusing.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. Everyone is kind of related to each other in this town. The names get kind of. Yeah.
Is this one of the stones? And start tapping the big stone.
No, the stones are further in. The ones that they move, and they like based on how they move, they think that things are going to happen. I don't really get it. It's the believers are like this group that the important people here in town kind of made up a long time ago, and they guard the moving stones and make sure no one disturbs the delvers, who are the ancient the dwarves, like you were saying, the ones that are entombed here. They're the delvers, and I guess they're the ones that like are dead, but they still move the stones and like give the elders guidance on how to run the town, how to like avert danger and stuff. Apparently been doing this for a while. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like, I don't know. It's just like I said, it's just stupid. Adults doing stupid things.
If we move the stones, we can run this town. Got it.
Yeah. Wait, they
Sure.
worship rocks?
Yeah, well, they worship the very specific rocks that the delvers move.
Maybe this is what the Innkeeper Oracle's about.
But it's basically like it's actually like through that door, and he motions the one to the east. So there's another room beyond that one, and then the room after that, if you keep going east, that's the one with like the delvers in it and the moving stones, and the one that's like they call it like the sanctuary or like the sanctum or the whatever. So
Ooh, I want to see.
Yeah, let's check that out.
Do these moving rocks coincide with the tremors in the region, or are those unrelated?
I don't know.
How do they move them if they're dead?
I don't know. They don't see him move. Apparently, like my dad and some of the others, mostly like the elders, they come down here like once every couple of days to see like where the stones have moved, and based on where they have moved to, like they think different things happen. Again, I don't understand it. Adults are weird and think weird things. So yeah.
We should move the stones.
Hey, to make it look like we weren't here, so do we put this kid back?
Please don't put me
No.
back.
I'm not gonna put him back.
Nah, we're not going to
Okay.
put it back. I want to move
Is he
some
coming
stones.
with us?
Maybe you should wait here, and then you can leave with us.
Or maybe there's another exit, because they had to get in here somehow.
Yeah, how'd you get down here?
There's a tunnel. So there's a big cave back the way you came. I mean, how'd you
Mhm.
get down here?
We fell
There is
off.
now a hole in that
A
cave.
hole.
Oh, well, that's new. No, there's not a hole. There's like a cave that goes up through the quarry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's a tunnel that goes up that way. And,
then I guess
and
you can
that's
go.
how. Yeah. My dad's probably gonna be a little confused if I come home though.
Do you
Why
want
don't
to
you come
wait?
with us?
Come
Don't
with
think
us,
about
or
that.
you could go see the sheriff.
Yeah.
To get to the sheriff, you have to go through where his dad is.
You know what? I'm just gonna stay here with Grun until y'all are done with your business, and then how about we just leave together?
Okay.
There's a rope.
It is all right for you to stay here. We will hopefully not be too long, but if we do take an inordinate amount of time, you may wish to vacate the premises on your own.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. And yeah, we'll do that. Grun finishes with his thing and says, Grun finishes and says, well, I'm going to stay here because I've been told to stay here. Keep watch and make sure that no one who's not a believer comes down that hallway. So I'm going to keep doing that.
Good idea.
All right. And he turns back and starts looking down the hallway to make sure nobody else that's not a believer comes down that hallway.
Hey, when we leave, we should talk to this kid's dad.
Eventually. He did mention the tunnel leads to the quarry, and there were figures seen wearing stone masks at the quarry.
Oh, hey. Kid. Braylon.
Yeah?
Got it. Hey,
What?
I take the stone mask that I had from the other cave out of my bag. Hey, is this like, does it look familiar?
Yeah. Yeah, my daddy and a couple of the others have masks like that. They hide them, though. I'm not supposed to know where it is, but he keeps it under his bed.
That's not a very good hiding place. Thank you.
It's not a very good hiding space. That's why I found it.
Put it back in my bag. So somebody in that other cave was definitely a believer.
At least you could, with one of those cloaks, you could disguise yourself.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna open up this door.
Okay.
Please don't be trapped.
You open up the door and it explodes. No, you open up the door.
That's live.
And there you go. Time for everyone to make new characters. No, you open up the door and it opens into the next room. In this room, there's a big old dwarf statue. It's a 50-foot square chamber hewn out of the rock. Floor's rough but flat. The walls show chisel marks of the original builders, and the ceiling is about 10 feet high. Identical stone doors with iron pull rings stand on the east, north, and west walls. The west one being the one you just came through. At the center of the room is a life-sized and lifelike statue of a dwarf warrior wearing a chain shirt, helm, and big boots. He carries a shield on his left arm and a battle axe in his right hand. The statue has clearly been broken into. Roughly the head and upper torso, lower torso, and legs. The pieces have been reassembled and held together and upright in a stout wooden frame. On the floor around it, you see some other little like valuables. There's some gems lying on the floor, and a blade, like a short sword, that's bent into this weird shape. And all of that is sort of placed like kind of ceremonially at the foot of the statue, surrounded by a ring of fine gravel. There is an inscription on the floor, on the frame holding it together. A small, neat inscription that reads, "Petrified Iron Star." There's a question mark next to it. Dwarf, like question mark in parentheses, like they weren't entirely sure. Found 1459 in Red Larch West Quarry in broken condition. Show that to you guys too.
Well, it sounds like this is where they found the statue.
Or they found it in the quarry and brought it here and reassembled it.
Or it wasn't finished. Not necessarily broken, just incomplete.
Can I go take a look at that weird looking sword?
Sure. You check out you pick up the short sword. It is a pretty nice, pretty well weighted short sword. It is It would be longer. You gather it'd probably be like almost like a longsword if it hadn't had this weird bent like U shape at the end of it. Otherwise, it's going to function basically like a short sword is, except it deals slashing damage instead of piercing.
Is this
but-
like Scorpion Sword from Mortal Kombat?
No, not well.
Kind of sounds like semi-scimitar-ish.
Sword. No, it's more of like a right angle than scimitars.
Okay.
Is it like one? It's called a khopesh, the Egyptian sickle.
No, more extreme than that.
Oh, extreme khopesh.
Okay.
But it does feel faintly magical.
Am I able to like do an Arcana check to kind of like maybe see or
You
feel
could.
anything?
An Arcana check's only going to tell you so much. You would need to really like identify it.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'll turn to Jazz and go, hey, I think I found this weird sword. It feels magical. Do you think you could take a crack at it?
We are willing to sit here for 10 minutes while I examine it. I can determine what it does.
Well, maybe not now, but. And I think Shellac is like, well, I'll just hold on to this.
That's a puny weapon.
Hey.
Well,
My sword is short and is just as good as yours.
It's not
you.
about the length, it is about how you wield it.
No,
Says I
it's
killed 5
pretty
zombies
sad.
yesterday.
Yeah, with an arrow, not with a sword. You
I
didn't
did
kill anything with a sword.
I killed 3 of them with a sword. Do you remember the one that got stuck in its head and you had to pull it out?
Nope, don't remember.
Yes, you do.
Just walk off to another door. I don't want to touch the gravel. It's in a neat circle, and that freaks me out.
Sherlock would have had to reach over the circle to get the sword.
Again, still freaks me out. It's a neat circle.
I pick up the gems.
Okay.
Like, don't touch the gravel.
All right, you take the gems. I'll give you the stuff. There are 6 small green agates and 2 polished moonstones.
We're gonna be able to get so much nice stuff.
Can Vivian peek into this door?
You can. You push open the door just slightly. You see I'm just going to open the door and we'll flavor it like you can't see it, or that you can see it all the way. You see a short hallway leading to another closed door.
Oh, okay. She's gonna turn and look at the party and say, I'm going down this hallway. And then she's gonna go down the hallway.
Coming!
and I think Shellac also follows behind as well.
Okay. All right. You reach the end of that hall as well. Fang, were you going to open that door?
Everyone ran off, and now Fang's just gonna look at Jazz, who just seems to be walking away, and he's like, I'm actually gonna roll to see. I'm gonna 1d2 flip a coin, because
You could open that door and perhaps yell, and the others would come and check.
one eye open, so I walk off looking sad and depressed. Oh, I walk off looking sad and depressed.
All right. You reach this door here. Do you open it?
Yeah.
All right. Pushing open this door into the room here. Okay, get this open. All right. as this door creaks open or slides open, you see an enormous chamber with a 25-foot ceiling has been carved out of the rock here. A lighted lantern rests on the floor near the center of the room, which I need to actually give. Well, can you guys actually see? Can you guys see the light source in this room? I don't know if
There's
it's actually
some
working.
kind of light source, but that might just be seeing the devil's sight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see
can't.
what Vivian is seeing. So
Yeah, it's fine. It's not going to matter. The light she gives off is more than anything else. An odd array of stone monoliths, some upright standing stones, and other arranged in 3 stone arches, stand around the chamber. You see low stone slabs are set against the walls around the perimeter of the room. Each holds humanoid bones dressed in scraps of tattered cloth and rusted iron. But yeah, there is a lit lantern on the floor just about here.
This seems like a rather grisly sight.
well,
Well, this is creepy.
Are these the stones that move? Like, can we push one over?
we're not
There-
supposed to move them.
Are there any tracks in the ground indicating
also-
movement?
We're also not supposed to be here.
Mhm.
You look around and you don't see any sign of anything that's been sort of shifted or moved out of the way. Like, it doesn't look like these stones have been like slid across the ground. However, I'm sorry, I'm pulling something up here. No, okay. Vivian, you're the one that's moved the furthest in right now. What's your passive perception again?
11.
Perfect. Let me roll something real quick.
And she's our ranged person as well.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, so you've moved furthest in. Is there anything that you're doing over here?
Just looking at the rocks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
What about the rest of you?
I think Jazz will just approach this rock and start looking at it, not touching it. Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm gonna start scooting around the edge of the room, see what's going on over here with the skellies.
Okay. You look over the bones. You see resting on this slab. Let's see. Yeah. You notice a couple of things that are just like, looking at first glance, these are not dwarven skeletons. These appear to be human. Each one also has none of the skeletons appear to be intact. Each one seems to have like a crushed limb, like a chest cavity, or like the crushed head.
Hey, are you dead?
Does not seem to respond.
Just like kick its foot a little bit. Hey. Does it do anything?
Nope.
think they're actually dead this time.
Refreshing change of pace.
I'm just gonna keep walking around, sort of like the perimeter of the room.
Okay.
Looking for traps.
All right. As you guys have spread out around the room, Fang, are you just standing by the door?
Yeah. Make
Alright.
sure we have an exit. Slash dreaming about the other door I didn't open. It's always in the back of my mind.
Okay. As Vivian, you come around the edge, and Jazz, you're looking at that rock there. Jazz, I'm double checking. So many sheets right here. Yeah, this is probably the best thing that happens here. Jazz, as you're looking at this rock and kind of staring at it, you see a bit of movement as a figure comes creeping around the edge of the rock, kind of facing the other direction. Like as Vivian is coming around one side and this figure is coming around the other. They don't seem to notice you there, and they're in a dark black robe, and they're wearing this like stone mask on their face. It covers like the top half of their face, kind of comes up into like a point, almost like a crown or something, just as like this weird jagged pattern at the top. But they're staying very low and coming around the edge, like they are trying to sneak their way around. Fang, you see them too as you're standing by the door as well.
Jazz will kind of look back at Fang for a second, see if he sees this. And I think is just gonna kind of watch the person for a little bit, see like how close are they to me right now? Are they
About right there. And if you pause it all though, they do start turning, like they're moving towards the door, and they lock eyes with Fang.
And then
they turn and they turn and
my
they
teeth are showing.
Okay, he grins. Your sharp teeth are exposed, and kind of freezes, and then looks to his left and sees you, Jazz, staying there.
Hello there. Would you care to explain what this all is?
Hello, do not be mystified or afraid of my appearance. I am merely here as a conduit for the elemental powers of the Delvers, so please
Are you
prostrate
Rothar?
yourselves before me. No.
But you know Rothar.
I know all of the believers that stand in service to the Delvers, as I exist as their conduit upon this mortal plane.
Jazz, who are you talking to?
Yeah,
There's one of the believers over here in
think
their
Sh-
full getup.
Oh,
I think
hey.
No.
Shellac yells as well, like, "What you doing?"
All right, I think we've had a bit of a misunderstanding here. Clearly you're not who I think who you're supposed to be. I'm not who you're looking for. I'm not one of the believers. I will just go on my way, and we will.
Are you mystical?
I am.
I always want to see if I could hit a mystical being. And
Now,
control
hold
my
on.
sword.
That
Mystical
might be a
is
little
very
extreme
different
here.
from ephemeral. It does
Well,
have a
that's-
body,
Yeah,
and I'll like
I
reach
know,
out
but-
and touch them on the shoulder.
Now, rude. But
Can
no,
I
I'm
have a
not.
mask?
not a-
My friend likes masks. He would love yours. It's got a crown as well. I can trade you. Thea, can I have that other mask you have? This one looks better.
No, it's mine.
This
I
one
would
looks
very much-
better. We can get you a nicer one.
Now, hold on. It is my mask, and I get to choose if somebody's going to have it. I prefer them not to. I'd like to keep it. It's very important to me.
Who are you?
Again, I am just an. Who are you?
Why? I just walk over next to Vivian. Why is everybody in this town on like some Wizard of Oz garbage? Like,
A what?
do you never read that book?
No. What?
You'd like it. It's about a wizard,
Oh. Okay.
but he's not. Well, I won't spoil it.
It's not a real wizard. He's a
Dang!
faker.
It's a story of a different color.
Stop spoiling things for people.
He's a phony. He's a big fat phony.
That's a good one.
All right.
Well, sir
well,
or
it seems
ma'am,
that
We
we're a
came
bit
down here
confused.
because there was a sinkhole in the middle of town. We rescued some children that fell down and found the
Hmm.
passageway in here.
Interesting.
We were directed to investigate, and that is what we are doing.
How
Well.
you can push rocks. It's got me excited.
That is certainly an exciting life all of you lead. I am here as I said, the conduit to the Delvers, and I will continue to do so in my own time. Clearly, you're not interested in any of this.
Do you
I
move
can
the
promise you-
rocks?
No.
Insight check.
Liar.
Make
It's
an
like
insight check.
Same. Inciting this. That is 23.
That's only a 14.
natural 2026.
Yeah, he's lying.
Ugh.
Now, do you use magic or a series of ropes and pulleys and levers, or how do you move all these rocks?
Now, I don't know if you... I don't move the rocks. As I said, this isn't some procedural cop show. I'm not just going to tell you everything that I do because you accuse me of lying.
There's 5 of us and 1 of you, and most of us have swords.
Let's X the doubt. We've got the evidence.
Fair
Yeah,
enough. All right.
You have to tell us if you're the one that moves the rocks or it's entrapment.
Fine. He walks. Can I step over here? Assuming
Yes.
I'm not leaving.
Yeah, I'm not
Takes
a
a
cop.
few steps over, stomps on the floor, and as he does, stomps on a section of the stone, and you see all the stones in the room begin to levitate. And then he
Oh,
puts a
that's
hand on
neat.
one of them and just like pushes it, and so it's sort of the room is enchanted.
That
I
is
would
very
love to-
interesting.
Right? Neat trick.
Shell like immediately goes over to one of the stone and just kind of pushes it.
Yeah, it moves easily, weightlessly. Takes a little bit to like get it going, but then it just sort of begins to drift across the room.
Yeah. Are we using hempen or silk rope when we tie this guy up?
Why would you?
We don't have to tie
Tie
him
him
up.
to a stone. Tie him to a stone.
You guys are just...
You will have to
Awful.
forgive my compatriots. They are a little overeager.
We're not going to
Let's
tie
create-
you up.
Let's create the ride the boulder.
Are we dealing with him then?
I mean, he didn't do anything. Just moves
Oh,
I
rocks
did.
he
around.
may have lifted up all these rocks with his mind.
Listen.
I don't
All
think
right.
so.
I will level with you here, and we will all come out clean out of this, and maybe for each other's mutual benefits. I was sent here, or came here of my own. I'm an enterprising individual who, in service of a
Hey,
higher
real quick,
authority.
can you just like be legit and not lie and say a bunch of crap?
I'm not lying.
Can you just like be straight with us?
He's merely obfuscating the truth and the details.
Can you just say normal things?
All right,
Or
fine.
else I hit you.
All right. All right. Fine. All right. I'm gonna drop the voice. We're just gonna talk like normal people, okay?
Well, you may be
We
the
good?
most normal of us here. We are all, as we are fond of saying, weirdos.
All right.
Yep.
So
I'm not weird.
it's kind of
Just
it's.
scary.
I belong to a group that has some interest here in the valley, and we are looking for recruits. And I came to this town and found this group of people who called themselves the Believers, worship the stones down here, and I found an opportunity.
So you've been moving the stones around and get them to do stuff.
Yes,
Cool. What kind of stuff? Like bad
all
stuff?
sorts of things.
Or just like what?
Good and bad is relative.
What kind?
I mean,
okay. What kind of stuff?
I mean, mostly just getting to do what I asked. I mean, if trying to get them to make certain agreements or trade certain goods with certain communities and that sort of thing, and small things at first, and then kind of grows a bit from there. And I mean, there were some people that were speaking out, and they had to stop. Now, I didn't tell them to kill them. I just said deal with it, silence them. And they killed a few people. Like I said, not really hard. Doesn't take much pushing to get someone to kill somebody around here. Again, not my doing.
Wait,
Did
why-
not
why
actually
did-
ask them to kill anyone.
But why did they kill them?
I mean, I told them
No.
that they were causing. I told.
But why?
There were people that were speaking out against the elders and trying
What you
to.
got against dissent, dude?
Well, it sort of was causing a bit of a problem. I mean, I'm trying to gain control of this town in a non-violent way.
Okay,
Well,
fascist.
Seems like that didn't work, so we're gonna not do that now.
I mean, it seems it's working pretty well until
Dude.
all of you came down here.
Well, no, they were killing people apparently, and I don't
Yeah.
think that happened in the last 5 minutes.
He looks around at the bodies around the room. No, I mean, it's been a bit.
That sounds like a persistent problem you got going on here.
Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna stop that.
Yeah.
Hempen or silk?
We don't have
Hempen.
time up.
He gets hemp.
Hemp.
Hempen.
Hold on. I think that's a bit extreme. You all seem like-
people to die.
I didn't ask for any of them. They killed them of their own free
You're
will.
saying
But
if
you
we
never said
started-
not to.
If we
It's
started
It's hard to communicate using
disagreeing-
stones.
You're
Okay.
using your voice again.
Yeah. If we
All right.
started going, I hate the elders, would you be like, oh, silence these guys, and then they'll try and kill us? See, that seems good.
Some of you are very
Right.
big and scary. I think Vivian's the scariest.
Okay. It's a character. It's hard not to fall into it. I've been doing this for a while now. All right. This whole thing's gotten more complicated than I initially thought it was going to be. So fine. I'll stop. This town isn't all that interesting anyway.
What are you going to tell the group that you report to?
Who do you report to? Can I sign up?
Are you interested?
Well, yes.
What
Is
you
this like a timeshare?
just gonna worship a bunch of rocks?
No. So we don't really worship rocks. We
You
worship. No, we don't. I mean, they did because they're crazy people and they came down here and looked at the rocks, and so
Well, they were moving around by themselves.
Oh, they were worshiping them before they started moving around. Trust me, I just used the moving around part to try to get them to do the things I wanted them to do.
So what do you worship?
I bet it's himself.
Well, it's complicated. I don't worship it. So I have a boss, like everyone does, like most
I
people do.
don't have a bus.
No, I don't. I'm a turtle.
Turtles can have bosses.
Oh. We're a
Yes.
loose collective. We're a loose collective order. My swamp tribe takes turns leading.
Shelly,
It's
you
a
work
democratic
for the
order.
Harpers. Shelly, you do work for the Harpers.
Yeah,
Yeah, do
they
I have a
mostly
bus?
do work for me.
Yeah, me.
Well, so I have a boss. His name is Marlos. He's the leader. We sort of a prophet, you might say. He receives communications from a plane beyond our own, the plane of Earth.
Oh, but the people who worship the rocks are weird. Okay.
Oh, you worship Earth.
Isn't Earth just one big rock? So you're like the king
I think you're
rock
missing the bigger
worshiper.
picture, like the elemental
Rock.
plane of Earth, like the power of the Earth.
Earth. Dirt.
Didn't we
That's
have
weaker than
someone
rock.
who-
I'm
knew
starting
the
to regret
power
making
of
this
Earth?
pitch to your group.
Didn't we
I
have
don't know,
someone
keep
who
going.
was with the power of Earth and then they went into another dimension?
I think
Yesterday?
she just liked mushrooms. Yeah. So Arlos, what's up? That guy.
Marlos.
Oh,
Starts
okay.
with an M. I wouldn't get Marlos Earnrail. So probably want to get that right. Mr. Earnrail. Probably preferred Lord, something like that.
Is
As
he
respectful
here?
as possible.
Marshmallow.
Is he here? No.
Okay, then I'm
no.
not worried about it.
Well, he's back. I mean, he's in the valley.
Yeah, he's got.
But-
I'm signing up, aren't I? For like an introduction package.
We are looking for more recruits, so if you're interested in signing up, you're more than welcome to.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you do your communication with the plane of Earth? Are you communicating with any sort of being over there, or just the plane itself?
Right. No, there was a name. Crap.
That's a weird name.
That's funny. No, there is a Ogramok, the elemental
Bless you.
prince of Earth. Yes. Oh,
How do
yeah.
you-
No. Just,
How do you know that this guy isn't like you, moving rocks, and you're the crazy people?
You might just be moving Earth.
Yeah, that may be. You could be like crazy as well.
no.
That's
No,
what
no.
the elders would think.
No.
I don't want to join.
Pretty sure it's not the case.
So this guy Marlos talks to a rock god on another plane.
And
Cool.
planning on bringing them here.
Why?
That doesn't sound good.
Well, so that we can, fix things.
But
What
it's not
sorts of
broken.
things? What needs fixing?
I mean, if you looked outside, it's pretty crap out there.
Well, yeah, a lot of the stuff has happened in the last like 48 hours is your fault though.
No, I mean like larger scale, like end of the world, fall of civilization. We sort of like got halfway there, got it to the, the whole like breaking everything down, without the whole building it back up again. So we're here to, well, Marlos has received a vision to bring Ogramok here, and is gonna kick things off, make it more like the plane of Earth. Create,
Or
sort of a remake the world in that image.
Why?
what if you moved there? It's already done.
Yeah.
Well, no, we live here. That'd be too much to get everyone to there. It's easier to bring one person here than bring us all over there. Airfare and all
Well,
that. It's
what if we
very
don't want it
expensive.
to be like there?
Yeah, that's not very fair on everyone else.
Yeah, why don't you just go there? Get yourself a.
I like it like this.
I'm a turtle.
This is always where it ends up. Okay, well,
A
fine. You
couple
don't
of
want
us
it.
know
You don't have to be
mending.
involved.
We could try and start fixing the world. It'll take a while. Like a foot a minute.
No.
I can see that we're not going to get to where I need to be to make this pitch. So if you guys aren't interested, that's fine. I'll go my separate way, and
you
we'll.
Gonna
Nah.
stand there while we tie you up, or are we gonna have to grapple you or beat you down?
I'd
I changed
really
my mind. I
rather.
want team tie him up now.
Now hold on, that's not fair. You can't just like change
Willingly,
your vote.
unconscious, or are we just gonna hold you down? You got 3 options. I hope we get
He's-
to knock you out.
I think that we just all go our separate ways. How about that?
Nah, I think you have some stuff to answer for, my dude.
Yeah.
My boss said no. Sorry.
All right. Well,
Grab rope.
if that's the case, then I'm just gonna have to shabam, and he begins to try to cast a spell. Let's roll initiative.
All right.
They never learn.
They don't.
Well, I can't do any worse than roll 20. I did just about as bad. Oh dear. I've not had a good initiative day.
I got a 9. Let's see what roll 20 gives me. Son of a. Roll 20 gives me 18, and I don't get 9.
All right. Is everyone rolled?
You had to fight a mystical dude.
All right. Thea, you're up.
Shoot. Can I? I probably can't fit through here. Can I fit through here?
You might lose a little bit of movement going through there.
Mm,
You're small. I'll say sure.
Are the rocks still floating, by
They're
the way?
still floating too, so you just like
oh, then
kind of
I
push your way through
start
'em.
running. I do this sick slide underneath them.
They stop floating. You get crushed and die.
Son of a.
All right, no, you
Whoop.
you can float. You can go through them.
Let me be cool.
You do a good power slide.
Yes.
Go ahead and
Okay, I'm gonna
make your
move
attack.
by 30 feet, and then I want to stab the man.
Okay.
Oh, that's bad. Hurt my knee on the power slide. 9.
Misses.
Dang.
All right.
Hold on.
Okay. I'm holding.
I'm trying to remember what I can do as a bonus action for cunning action, but dodge is not one of them. Dash. Well, disengage doesn't help me if I can't move away. Can I hide behind shellac?
Like make a stealth check behind shellac.
Yes.
No.
Okay, I'll just stand there. Listen, you never know if you don't ask.
Okay, so you're standing there then.
Yeah, but I looked really cool.
Cool. That will end Thea's turn, so it'll be the Rock's turn.
He's the
he-
Rock. Are we
It's
fighting Dwayne
La-
Johnson?
It's La Rock. He's a French rock.
Oh no, that changes things.
When
Now I'm
Johnson.
picturing Dwayne Johnson with
Do
the
you
little
smell
phones.
what the rock is cooking?
Oh man, I'm really realizing I missed out on this accent with that name. Okay, so I think what he is going to do. What is the radius on this spell?
It's called Surrender. It happens instantaneous.
No, not that spell. 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point within range. Okay. He is going to 10-foot radius. Yeah, he doesn't want to be caught in this, so he's going to take a step back here. So that will provoke an attack of opportunity again from Jazz. Oh no, you're there too. Shit, no, he doesn't want to get stabbed by you.
Bet.
Well, actually, nah. We'll do this. Yeah, he steps out of range. He doesn't want to be in melee with you guys. So everyone gets an attack of opportunity against him if they want one.
Try
Damn.
a spear attack.
Oh yeah.
Hear a little dog whimper because Fang missed out on that.
That's gonna be a 17 with a spear.
That hits.
16 for me.
That
Misses.
is 5 piercing damage.
Okay. 5 piercing damage. 16 misses. What'd you roll, Shellac?
I can't. I can only punch him. Like I can only be within melee range.
But he's
Yeah,
still
he's-
away,
Right.
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's attack
Okay.
of opportunity. So you can use your reaction to make an attack, or you can hold. If you have something else you want to hold your reaction for, you can do it. But I don't know
Nope,
if you
let-
have anything right now.
Nope. I can just punch him.
Yeah. So do that.
That's only an 8. So
Okay, so that misses. So he's going to take a few step Arunis back. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, nope. It's going to shrink him. Okay. And he holds out a hand, and he is going to cast Shatter at 3rd level in between Jazz, Thea, and Shelbert. That is going to be a Constitution saving throw.
Well, that's a failure. I'm probably dead.
19.
6.
19 succeeds. The other 2 fail. That is 26 points of
Yep,
thunder
I'm down.
damage.
I'm out.
And He looks, so sees two of you go down. So you take half damage.
So
Shellac,
13.
so 13. Yeah.
God. Jesus.
You're still up, right?
And
Yeah.
yeah, he's barely up. The other two of you go down immediately. Urok stands there and looks to you, Fang, and says, "So you can save them, or you can fight me. Your choice." And that's the end of his turn. Vivian.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna pull out the funky fresh wand I just got, and I'm going to cast magic missile at 6th level.
Boy.
Oh shit.
Wait, does he have shield? I can never remember.
This is auto damage.
If he
Shield
has shield,
blocks.
he can avoid it. He's gonna
Oh.
use his reaction to cast shield.
Darn.
How many charges did you use?
6 of them.
Yeah, he's gonna block it. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for giving this really cool boss to use. I'm so prepared. That's the end of. Is that the end of your turn, or anything else with your bonus action?
No, I'll bonus action pull out a tentacle. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'll put that right there because it has a 10-foot reach.
Okay.
We're
Right
gonna
here.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
And gonna smack him with that.
Okay.
Hopefully. Ooh, that's a 24.
That hits.
That's gonna be 4 cold damage.
And he
4
dies.
cold damage. He dies immediately. No, he's still up. Oh wait, what was that? What was your attack to hit? 24 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that was still hit with the shield. I
Oh.
realized I didn't actually include that in his AC. Okay, cool. That's it for your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to call out. Wait, I still really want to talk to you. And then I duck behind a rock.
Okay, that's the end of Vivian's turn. Fang, what you got?
Hate to break it to you, Vivian, the rocks are floating, so you've ducked behind a floating thing and you can still see.
Well, it's not floating that high up. They're only like a couple inches off the ground, so you can still see like your calves. But yeah.
Vivian learned to hide from the sleazy guy in that cave. Just like shoes
This-
poking out.
This rock above him here, does it cover this square as well, like the one?
Partially.
Like this one here.
Yeah.
Square?
Yeah.
Cool, okay, bonus action. I'm gonna healing word Jazz, because I know Jazz can like keep people alive. I'm gonna yell at him to get up. You're not allowed to die until, well, he is still in trouble. And then I want to run. Oh, I should roll for the heal, shouldn't I?
Yes. How much am I alive?
You are alive by maximum heal, so you get 7 health.
Nice. It's like
And then-
a third of your hit points, I think.
No, that's a third of mine.
It would be like half of mine.
Okay, so I'm going to run 20 feet this way. And then run 10 feet this way. And I want to try and shove him 5 feet underneath the rock. And then I can yell out to Shellac to step on that stone he did to make him drop on him because this dude's a dick.
Okay. Make a
Twenty.
shove attack.
I want him crushed. He dropped my friend. He does not deserve to die.
Okay.
And that is
So athletics check.
athletics check. I rolled a 19, so that's a 24.
Oh boy. He's also gonna make there's no way he could beat this. It's 17. No. You shove him and he falls prone. His head perfectly placed at that angle underneath the stone.
I'll tell Shellac to step on the...
All right.
Shellac, do you complete this combo?
Yeah, and I think because I have a newly acquired ability of key points, I'm going to activate Step of the Wind, so that way I can dash as a bonus, so I can move And I think I
You
wanna,
only
like,
it's only like right here that you the place that you had to push was. So if you get there, then all you have to do is stop on the ground.
oh, so we're like here?
Yeah.
All right. Then yeah, I can move there, and then I think I'll
Use
just
your action to.
yeah.
You say anything cool before you do it? Got a sweet one-liner you want to drop on me right now?
I don't know. I was not anticipating killing somebody this way.
Crushed it.
I mean, yeah, there we go. Crushed it.
Cowabunga, dude, and the you stomp on the ground, and I don't even. There's no damage I could roll here. It's like a 3-ton boulder. It falls on his head. There's no attack roll. There's no like he's just gonna die from that, guys.
Looks like the power went to his head.
Look what the rock is cooking. And yeah, the boulder just slams down on top of him, and he is splattered. Just 36 hit points to nothing. Gone.
How does it feel, nerd?
Quit hitting yourself. Nah,
Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. You guys succeed on that
if
encounter.
Jazz,
Hey, thanks
If
for the
Jazz
cool
doesn't-
boss. He said.
Admittedly, never thought about the rocks being used like that in this
I
room.
was gonna do
Real
that if I
oversight
wasn't
with
dead.
him. Yep,
Hey,
real
I'm
oversight
dying.
on him deciding to show you
Yeah,
guys.
Jazz
that.
rolls over, slaps Thea's closest limb, and does a
Ow.
cure wounds.
Ah, my bad knee. Just kidding.
So 1d8 plus spellcasting mod.
Wow.
You
That-
get 9 health.
That's like over half my health.
he dropped my best friend and then smacked me like, "You've got to choose which one." I'm thinking I can do both, and I'll kill you as well.
He was really confident that you weren't going to be able to do both. And so was I. So yeah.
Thea just bolt upright, like, ah!
Guys, that was amazing. I'm going to give you an inspiration just for for coming up with that idea. That was very good to Fang
That
specifically.
was good.
That was real good. Okay, so y'all are alive.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Wow.
Not all of us. Some guy lost his head over this.
Yeah.
I rifle through his pockets.
Hey, what the heck? Ew! What did you do?
It dropped the
wasn't
boulder
that
on his head.
mystical.
Gross. He probably deserved it, right?
Yeah, he got a splitting headache.
Ow.
You search through his pockets, and you do find a couple of things on him. Try to find it. He has. Well, I mean, he's got just like some bits of odds and ends. Like he's got a wand, and he doesn't have the mask anymore. That's gone. You do find these four long bars, so like metal, these spindly looking iron bars. And they have a sigil posted on. Is anyone like proficient like history or
Yep.
you are, Jazz? So Jazz, if you look at them, they won't require a check. It's really easy. It's just whether you would even have this knowledge. These bars
Proficient
come from a
history, too.
trading. Oh, you are. So you would notice. You would know this too. You the sigil that is on them marks a settlement to the north called Mirabar. These are trade bars that are used within the city to trade goods and kind of like as an IOU for that. You don't know why he would have them, but he has these 4 Mirabar trade bars in his pocket.
And so it's almost a kind of currency.
It's a
instead
kind of
direct
currency.
barter, and
Yeah.
they're generic enough that it's not like you would be able to trace them specifically to like a merchant or something.
No, but they're typically not used outside of Mirabar.
Okay.
You would never see them outside the city.
I think Jazz is just looking at the levitation panel and is like, "Everyone, please step away from the rocks." And it's just gonna like poke it a few times and try and study it.
And just wah, 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 and there's like a weird squishing noise that it
Oh
makes.
God, yeah, I was like, there's this awful scorching noise.
You just leave it
but,
there. Imagine the signs this have left for the elders of this town. It's like, oh shit.
Mhm.
Do you guys do anything else in the cave, or are you guys leaving?
Is there combat in that north room? Please don't be.
In the northern room, you guys want to? Do we want to just like narrate you guys leaving and going back through that way to get out? And I mean, there's really not much more in this area. You head back up through the north chamber. You find in this square, and as you head up to the north, there's a room down like a tunnel, and in there is a black rock about 3 foot across that is hovering about 3 feet off the floor. Magical. You've never seen anything like this in your life. It wouldn't have clued you into anything happening in the other room if you'd gone to this room first. You continue going, not impressed by this rock. You continue to another chamber that kind of in a passageway that winds back. You do find a chamber with some rats in it. I'm not going to do a giant rat encounter, guys. That's so boring. You scurry them away. They don't want to deal with you. You guys have all leveled up and they don't want your shit.
We crushed them with a rock.
Yeah. But in this room, you do find some more bodies. They look more recent. They look like other travelers, wanderers, people like yourselves that have been brutally murdered and then stashed in this room.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say he probably deserved it.
This could also be the work of the elders and why they do not like outsiders.
Gonna have to kill them.
You finally wind your way back to the main cave with the opening where you guys came down through. And you climb up to the top where you find Harbuck still there. Before Harbuck can say anything, though, the town elders come rushing forward, and there's a few others behind them, and you have what's his name again? Braylon is with you, as well as Grund, and Braylon kind of like steps back behind one of you to hide, and kind of says, that's my dad, as one of the ones in the back he identifies as being his father. And but there's about 5 or 6 of them, and the woman who I remember her name sounds like Barry's, Alberry. She steps forward. She says, now Harbuck, we've come to a consensus, and everyone in town, we all agree you shouldn't be sending people down there, so they definitely should not go into the cave. All right, so
hey, do you not want us to go to the cave because you're torturing kids down there?
I already done been that way.
And the other adventurers you killed?
Yeah.
Hempen or silk? Just hempen.
Now, you outsiders don't understand the way that this town works, but we are in charge. And
neither do you. There is an enchantment in the stones room, and a con man has been playing you all for fools.
Are there a bunch of townspeople gathered?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
they're
cool.
literally torturing kids down there.
We've saved this one.
Yeah.
Braylon is like just.
I want to look directly at his dad.
Kind of steps forward and is like, now, Braylon, what sort of lies have you been telling? And he like catches your eye.
Shut up.
Right, I will. And he sort of steps back sheepishly, and Harbuck just holds up his. All right. Now I'm the law around these parts, and you hear somebody snicker over there, and he says, "Now shut up, Davy.
Yeah,
I'm the law around these parts." Yeah, go back to your cave, Davy. No, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. So, Wesley, we're gonna start it. Everyone's gonna stay here, including the elders. Y'all are gonna stay right here. I'm gonna go down and investigate this. If what these people are telling me is true, well, there's gonna be a reckoning. So, just everyone hang tight. We're gonna investigate. And you see the elders like beginning to step back towards the crowd, and like some of them beginning to like they're about to run.
Get him!
Can I run around the other side? I'll shift if I have to scare
Okay.
these dudes.
You got a whole mob of people. They're freaking like they're gonna take your kids and put them down there and put them under rocks. Get them!
Shellac uses the key point to dash unbelievably fast, and circles around. And it's like, nah, son.
Just zooms around the back. Okay.
Pimpin' right.
You guys-
now.
You guys keep them in place and sort of doing broad strokes here. Harbuck goes down, looks into the cave, realizes what's going on, and the elder he gathers you guys later. The elders have been, and all the people that you have been identified by Braylon are sort of gathered up and locked up in what serves as a prison in these
I
places.
want to keep the kid with us. Unless they've locked up his dad.
Oh yeah, no, they are. His dad's locked up.
Great.
Yeah.
Not about to send this kid home.
Yeah, Harbuck. So you guys are back in the swinging sword, and Harbuck's there, and Braylon's sitting in the corner, and he's looking at all of you. He says, "All right," and he throws the Stetson down and leans on the table as you guys are all sitting down having some food that Kayla has brought you. He says, "All right, we've gotten to the bottom of this. Seems what he told me is true. These people and that we respected within this community have apparently been duped by the remains of whatever that. Damn, how did you possibly squish him under that rock?"
There is a
Rocks
panel that
levitate.
makes the rocks float. I can show you later.
He hurt Theo.
I'll remember that. Damn, though, I've never seen a body in that condition.
He deserved it.
I'm gonna need a drink. Anyway, we're gonna deal. There's gonna be a hearing. We're gonna figure this out. Figure out whether who's well. Looks at the kid. Who's getting to leave town, being exiled, and who's not. If you catch my drift.
Oh, did you want us to raise the rocks again?
No, we have other ways of doing that around here, but we're gonna deal with it. But as far as I can tell, other than the people doing the murdering, most of the others didn't really have an idea of the full extent of this, and none of them seemed to really know who this person was that you squished real good down there. So yeah, y'all done us a pretty good favor, though. I know you got your own business to take care of, and I'll leave you to that. I'm sure there's more people around town look for help if you want to help them out, but way I see it, I owe you one. So if y'all need to do any traveling, need to go any of the check out any of the nearby settlements for your own business, I'm more than willing to lend you a truck from my garage if you need it.
Oh yeah.
As well as Kaylessa has offered to put y'all up anytime you're in town.
Can we recruit Grong?
Now we're gonna have to deal with how to best deal with that, because apparently Grun was pretty well involved with what was going on, but
He's a simpleton.
I think he was sort of tricked into some of this. Didn't really understand the full extent of it, but I think he's going to stick around here. Right. And I'll watch after Braylon.
Deputize Grong.
I'll consider it. I might need some more muscle around here to put a little more bite behind my words. So, all right, y'all done good. Get some rest and celebrate whatever you need. I'll be around. He takes a Stetson, flips it up, tucks it on his head. There's a whistle off in the distance, and he
You got
steps
it,
out of
dude.
the swinging sword. And yeah, that is where we're going to call our session here today, as you guys have cleared the introductory adventures to this game. If you'd like to purchase the full experience, please
Subscribe.
No, so we'll be you guys are all level 3, And that is sort of the introductory part of this. You guys have a little bit of clues, some leads to follow. You also have your own faction stuff. So a lot of things pretty open from this point forward. How you guys want to proceed. You know a little bit about this Earth cult. You also have, like I said, your individual stuff to go through. You got this weird eye thing. Lots of stuff to follow up on. So keep that in mind. I'll probably talk to you guys throughout the week and get an idea of what you guys think you want to do, because I've got a lot of stuff you could possibly get into. But yeah, it's pretty open from here. We're getting into the like full campaign at this point. Any questions? Cool. Good job, guys. I was real worried that y'all were gonna get killed in that fight. Challenge rating 3 against a bunch of level 2s, and there's a lot of ups and downs there.
Shit.
Like the rocks up and down.
Yeah. I thought, oh boy, he might escape and we might have a cool like enemy for you guys to hunt down. Nope. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring us out. Thank you everyone for watching. We will be back next week to continue this adventure and see what happens next. Same time, same place. In the meantime, join us on Sunday, tomorrow, for the continuation of Slang 101 at 4 o'clock. Savannah runs that. It's Monster of the Week. Uses the Power by the Apocalypse system. Then on Tuesday, we have at 7 o'clock Eos, 5th edition game that Barry runs. Thursday, we will have Elegant Suffering, our Good Society tale that Sid runs. And on Friday, I will be back running Neon Souls, our Sprawl campaign for our first session. Join us on Discord, follow us on Twitter, follow us here on Twitch. If you've been sitting here watching us for 3 hours and you haven't hit that follow button, what's wrong with you? Unless the follow button's broke on your screen, then just like get your friend's computer and click it there. We're willing to help. We'll figure something out, but definitely hang out with us more. I think that's about it. Any other parting words before we go? All right. Well, we will see everyone in a week, and until next time, good game and good night, Internet.
Night, Internet.